Seeing the photo? You seen the video?
Good evening, everyone. As always, the but to start the graphic, we will begin in about 2 to 3 sit back and have vibe to the music that's playing, and we're no panic. Just sit back and wait and get started out something like that. Okay? And again, thanks for joining us.
No worries, stuff. Okay.
*121 *781 536 061. Number sign. Who won that credit already? But no one the credit? I need to know if I'm the only one here. Good evening, everyone. If you're here, let me see some faces. Unmute your cameras, unmute your mic and say something. Check in with me, know that you're here.
Good
Stop it.
evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, man. Oh, the person in the chat now saying, yeah, man, they're hearing me. So who won the credit? I need to hear that part because I call out the numbers for a credit and no one won the credit. Or you guys didn't want the credit none at all?
Good evening, sir.
No one did not credit? I can't believe this. Do it again. I'm not doing it. All right, let's go again. *121*. Ready? 630 536 19. Ready? I'm not seeing anybody saying, okay, they're waiting for the numbers and hearing the keyboards going off, the numbers pressing on the phone. But nonetheless, I will get back to the credit giveaway. Good evening, everybody. Once again, I am Oje Adlam, and I'll be the host that will be piloting you throughout tonight's journey of our financial literacy. GC Foster College Student Union have been put on this symposium to educate and kind of assist us as young people to gain some financial freedom. So as we get into things, I'm just going to welcome our Michaela Vassal, which will open a little prayer for us. We know we can't do anything without God in it. So let's just have Michaela coming on to open the prayer. As Michaela gets her camera on, we have some ground rules here. So one of the ground rules is you have to have on a camera to talk to me. We're in a virtual space, and so we want to know if we are connecting with you, want to see what's happening, want to see the faces. Having the cameras on will give us that connection of a physical space. All right? So you must have on the cameras. If you have a question, feel free to raise your hand. And of course, I'll indicate to the speakers and anyone who is there okay, we have someone here who wants to have a question or have a comment. I'll do so. Also, we anticipate the vibe energy. We have a lot of things in store, and so we want you guys to just participate actively and just do your thing. So at this moment, Michaela, are you ready? After Michaela, we'll be having Christopher Gibbon, and he is the student union president there at GC College Student Union. We'll have him coming on to welcome us all to the symposium. So this year's symposium is being themed the Gen Z Wise Aspiring Youths in Entrepreneurship. So when we think about Gen Z, we'll talk about our generation. So we know about the millennials, we know about the Gen X and Gen Y and all of that. So we are talking about Gen Z, our generation now, where we are existing in a digital space. Everything is now digital. We have classes online. We have everything you can think of, church online, everything in all spectrums of our lives we are having now online. And so we just want to bring that in the forefront of having, our generation being foregoing into technology and more so now in entrepreneurship. And I see Markela coming on. So I'm just going to do a word of prayer and then I'm going to Christopher to come and do the welcome. Can we all tilt our heads as I pray? Father, we thank you for having and being with us for another day. God, we thank you for life and everything that you're having in order for us. God, as we're here for this, we pray that you will be here with us, individually and collectively, mighty God. Allow, oh God, what the speakers are about to say and to share from their personal experience, from their wealth of knowledge, and the list may go on to just resonate in our minds and allow us to comply it and apply it to our lives as we go forward, budding entrepreneurs and the best in our fields. God, just take total control of tonight's symposium and let everything just run smooth, have a good vibe, have a good everything, and everything does go on good, God. So I want to thank you for this and many more to come. In the best name I pray. Amen. Christopher, could you just jump on now and let us hear more from you as the student union president leading the charge on this initiative.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Adlam. Really appreciate it. Everyone, I just want to welcome you all, right, to tonight's Financial Literacy Symposium, right, which is hosted by the Student Union. And tonight we are going to learn some practical, lessons that can benefit us, right, in our entrepreneurship career. Right now we are going to actually have Sachel Hall with us, right? Sachel Hall is the owner, right, the founder of Positioning Youths for Greatness, right? And Sachel is going to actually go ahead and provide us with some information on what her organization is about. So guys, sit back. I hope that you all have your pen and your papers ready. And as well, I hope that you all will be here until the end, right? Because we have a lot of prizes and giveaways, right? That is here for you, right? So we look forward to an amazing night. All right, so Mr. Adlam, I will have it back to you, then you can go on with tonight's proceeding.
All right, thank you very much, Christopher. There you have it, the Student Union President from GC Foster Student Union, sharing with us, to welcome, inviting us to take out our books and our papers and pens, because we're going to have a fun-filled night tonight. We have a lot of things being said. I want you to document the things and people. Document what people are saying. If anybody say will sound good, write it down. Because at the end of the session, we're going to have a question and answer. And we have a list of giveaways to give away. We have business registration free of cost, call credit, business logos given away, free JN accounts given away. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity, okay? So Sachel Hall, over to you.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, all the Gen Zs in the house and the millennials. Good night. Big up on a nice, clean self. Make me soon put some fire in the chat if you're looking forward to tonight. Big up the host, Mr. Adlam, doing an excellent job so far. Mr. President, big up yourself. I want to big up all of the nice, clean world changers, Gen Zs in the house. So Mr. President introduced me a bit. So good night, guys. I'm Sachel Hall. I am the founder of Positioning Youth for Greatness. Please to follow our Instagram handle at Position Youth for Greatness on Instagram. So what we do, we help young people, we help to shape the 21st century youth to become all that God wired you to be, all that you were born to be. And we also have an entrepreneurial arm called the PYFG Academy that we help young people to create opportunities, monetizing your skill sets, monetizing your talents, monetizing your gift. Because guess what, guys? you are gonna create jobs that don't even exist yet. You are not like the other generations that were before you. Write that down if you're taking notes. And that's why I don't understand why we as young people, when we see COVID happening and we're stressing out ourselves because I'm assuming, I know that most of you are going to college, but let me tell you something. Your college degree is not going to help you to generate wealth. Let me just tell you that. Your college degree will not create wealth for you. It's your talent. It's your gift. It's your skill set. What is in your hand? What can you do? Not your degree. A lot of people have degrees and masters and them not earn a bag of money. Them not earn much. They're not creating an impact in the world. They're not creating an impact. When you study successful people's lives, young people, when you study successful people's lives, most of them don't even have a college degree. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them, most of them don't have a college degree. They didn't finish college. But what? Why are they successful? Why are they making an impact in the field that they're in? They found out what they were born to do. What are you good at? What do you have in your hand? Right? So before I drip up some more, let me just jump into, because I know that I have a short period of time. So I just want to do what I was asked to do. So I just want to give some, I was asked to say to you guys, to tell you guys, who are you? Who are Gen Zs? Who are Gen Zs? And the world is very fascinated about millennials and fascinated about, Gen Zs. And I just want to I've been reading a book. So when Christopher asked me, because one of the things that we do at Positioning Youth for Greatness, we shape the 21st century youth, which includes Gen Zs and millennials. And so guys, I'm reading a book, as well as I want to share with you some short things about you, because you have to know how you were coded and what is intrinsic to you. So they said Gen Z, they call Gen Z mini millennials. You guys were born between they said Gen Zs were born between 1995 and 2015. If you were born before that, you're a millennial. But they call Gen Zs mini millennials, or they call you the I generation. And they call you the I generation because you were born in the technological era. You are the technology generation. Digital in your blood. You were coded for it. That's why you can give a baby a tablet and the baby can find pictures in the tablet. And some of the older people that don't even know how to find the picture them, but the baby, they know. If you look at all the kids nowadays, they can use a tablet because they were wired like that. They were wired like that by the creator. And that's why it's very important that you know who created you. You cannot know what you were born to do if you don't go to the creator. If you buy a phone, if you buy an Apple phone, big up to all of the people that have Apple. I'm sorry, I'm an Apple fan. Yes. But yes, so if you buy an Apple phone, you cannot read a Galaxy manual. You cannot read, am I saying it right? Galaxy? Android. You cannot read an Android manual for an Apple phone. No, you have to read the Apple manual to know how to know how the phone functions. It's the same thing for your life. Same thing for your life. You have to go back to the person who created you to know what you were born to do. So this is what researchers are saying about you guys. They say that your generation, because you guys were born in the digital era, they say that you spend more time with technology. So you sleep with your phone, the phone sleep on, maybe the phone you sleep on. I don't know, you spend more time on social media. So I hear Mr. Adlam said earlier that, everything they're online right now. Everything, school, church, everybody. And the thing about it, COVID-19 has pushed the world, especially our third world countries, because we never reach yet. But it has pushed the world to the future, rather, has arrived, because the future is technology. Guys, you can stay in Jamaica and work in Switzerland. So widen your scope. Don't think that you have to get a job in Jamaica. One of the things about your generation is that you do not want a 9-to-5 job. You want to work where you have the flexibility. You want to choose your schedule. That's why you like entrepreneurship, because you are wired like that. You're wired for entrepreneurship. And sometimes we believe that entrepreneurship means that, oh, I have one big business. I have 50 employees. No. Entrepreneurship is finding out what you are good at and monetize it. So if you're good at doing graphics, create some graphics and charge people. That's entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship. You don't have to say, oh, I need to have a business, a company building, and I need to employ about 50 people. That may happen. But entrepreneurship is also monetizing your skill set. Nothing is wrong with a 9-to-5. Nothing is wrong with going to college, but you have to monetize your skill set. You see how COVID mash up your life like Nico? COVID.
Tasha, you cannot drip up too much tonight. I may beg a Lego summer shirt, you see?
Yes. Oh, COVID mash up your life. You see how much people are losing their jobs. You see how many jobs are becoming redundant because of the digital space. A lot of people now, because they can't travel, you can't move around that much. Everything has to be done online. So it means that we have to be innovative. It means that you can't just thinking about, oh, I need to go college, graduate with first class honors, and I need to get a job. No, you can't think like that anymore. Cannot. You have to be thinking about solutions. You have to be looking around and looking at solutions. You have to be looking at yourself and assessing yourself and say, what am I good at? And a lot of times you believe that I need to go turn doctor, lawyer, chief, Indian, all of them nice, something there, and nothing is wrong with that. But you guys possess skills that you guys possess skill sets that are going to create jobs that don't even exist. A couple of years ago, you didn't have digital marketers. You didn't. But because of technology, you have digital marketers, and they are one of the most sought out profession right now. You have social media managers. There are things that are in you that the world needs. And I want you guys to catch that if you never catch it. There are things that are in you that the world needs. There are skill sets that are in you that the world needs. And you have to assess yourself, guys. You have to assess yourself and find out what is in your hand. What is in your hand? What is in your hand is your multi-million-dollar plan. No phone not gonna break generational curses. You're not gonna be the first multi-millionaire now in a family, but you have to look at what is in your hand. You have to look at what is in your hand. One of the things that researchers say about your generation is that you guys see financial freedom as happiness. You don't want financial freedom. You don't want financial freedom. And that's why you guys have to have multiple streams of income. Yeah, you can have your 9-to-5 if you want to have your 9-to-5, but you have to think about different things that you can do to pay your bills. Because a 9-to-5 job cannot pay your bills. I'm gonna tell you that from now. When you have mortgage because you want to own your nice clean house, don't. And you want to own your nice clean car, your luxury car, the BMW, because we like nice things. And we don't want driving a Lada, right? So if you don't want them something there, you cannot have one job. I'm sorry. You have to have multiple streams of income. And there are things that are inside of you. Someone don't like cook. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Some of you like to the hair, you like to the nails, you like to read. Follow that. Some of you like to create content, you like to write. Follow that. Monetize that. Find a way to build your business strategy around that. And that's what we help you to do at Positioning Youth for Greatness. And it's not hard. It's not hard, guys. Entrepreneurship is the future, and you guys are coded and wired for it. I don't want to take up on a time.
Thank you very much, Sasha. Listen, you came on here to preach a word, and at the end, calling back to the benediction to see who go to save their lives and come over to the Gen Z way. We need something, some baptism before go on tonight. All right, Sasha, you do a lot of things. You talk not too long, man. You said a lot of things, and I hope the persons who are here were listening and consciously thinking about what Sasha's saying. because she not talk no when I make no sense. All right. So I think Melissa Fowler saying word well received. Should I call up some name? The chat is going on that bag. But as you are here, we are strapped for time. So we're going to continue to our next presenter. And people, please, I don't think Sasha draping up yet. Just wait. So now to come, we're having a young lady by the name of, technology don't fail me tonight. So her name is Anna. So Anna is a personal finance coach, property and acquisition consultant, and author of the Big Bad Book. If you realize the graphics went on her books tonight. So the Big Bad Book of Everything, an amazing book of everything, finance for kids. Anna has been in the finance and real estate fields for approximately 4 years and 2 years respectively. She started her finance journey in 2017 at Sagicor Life in Jamaica, where she was a financial advisor. Anna did well and won multiple awards. She resigned in December 2019 to focus on her businesses, including her personal financial coaching. The Big Bad Book of Everything, and the Amazing Book of Everything, which is the finance book for kids, is a part of Anna's mandate in increasing financial awareness and literacy in and across Jamaica. This mandate led her to the authorship of her books that I mentioned earlier, and also to what she's going to be presenting on tonight. Everyone here, please help me welcome Anna. Anna can't really pronounce the last name properly, but you can't really tell me how to do so. I just say Anna for now, okay? So give a warm welcome, Anna. If you can type in the chat to big up Anna. Welcome Anna, she come to present to us on financial freedom. Anna, over to you.
Hi, OJ. Thank you so much for that introduction. Anna is fine. It's Anna Palomino, but Anna is quite fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how I'm gonna follow Sasha's suit, because Sasha, boy, Sasha going with a bag of things. But hear what? So when I got the topic to present on from Chris, I got so excited. My passion was on fire, because listen to me, financial literacy is my thing. It's my passion. Financial literacy is the passion I did not know I had, because here's the thing again. Growing up in Jamaica, there are a lot of things that we should know that we aren't introduced to. We aren't introduced to them until we jump into some things, and it just turns out that we make a whole heap of mistakes, and these mistakes haunt us for the rest of our lives. I have experienced this firsthand. I have seen this firsthand when I was employed at Sagicor. I have experienced it myself. You make some decisions because of lack of information. You make some decisions because we weren't taught any better. Jamaica has a pandemic. Yes, it has a pandemic, COVID, right? But Jamaica has had a pandemic for decades now, and nothing has been done. Very little has been done to address this pandemic. It is financial illiteracy. Financial illiteracy. I decided to come out of my work because I have to take up this. I have to take up this mantle. I have to take up this mandate on my own. I have to take up this mandate to try and make a dent in financial illiteracy in Jamaica. Because if you don't address this from now, if you don't address this from early, if you don't address your mindset to this from early, the decisions you make because of lack of information will haunt you for the rest of your lives. The decisions you make because of lack of information will haunt you for the rest of your lives. I am telling you this from experience as a personal finance coach, as a financial advisor at Sagicor. I'm telling you this. Now, OJ, you left off a word from the topic I was given to present, and it is the most exciting word, I think, of the entire phrase. The topic is financial freedom mindset. That word mindset is my favorite word in the entire dictionary. And I'm not making any excuses for that, because mindset is what changed my life. The word mindset is what changed my life. I'm talking to you as somebody who went the whole 9 yards with law. I studied law. I worked in a firm. I did the whole, I went to court, the whole 9 yards. But I was not happy. I was miserable. I was miserable because I knew that this isn't something that I was supposed to do. This isn't where my life was supposed to be. And you know why I came to that decision is because I looked at the salary of an attorney and I said, I know I'm meant for more. But what more? Society coaches us that, you know, you become a lawyer, you become a doctor, you become an engineer or nothing else. And I'm so happy that Sasha addressed this topic. You become a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer, and nothing else. That is it. But they don't tell you that these professions, even though they are deemed noble professions, they rarely bring home the bacon. They rarely do that. So I'm talking to you as somebody who was in that situation. I had the mindset that this is what needs to happen. You know, I need to be in this firm. I need to work in law. I need to take home this amount of money. I need to forever live with my parents. I need to forever not be able to do this until whenever. I can't take on any obligations or responsibilities because that's what society says. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna read one book, The Secret. I'm gonna dash with that. I'm gonna change my mindset so much. I changed it from a $50,000 a month mindset to over $2 million a month, $3 million a month. I changed that. I changed that with just my mindset. If you want to establish financial freedom, you have to start with your mindset. You have to tell yourself that it is possible. You have to believe that it is possible. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the energy around you. You have to believe that anything you set your mind to is possible. That's where you have to start. If you don't open your mind to the possibilities, it will not happen. I am telling you, it will not happen. It will not happen. I am not exaggerating when I tell you guys, as soon as I opened my mindset, as soon as I changed my mindset, as soon as I did that, I'm gonna turn a millionaire. Obviously, I'm gonna turn a millionaire in my mind first, you know, millionaire in my mind first, and then it worked out after. But you could not tell me you couldn't tell me any different. I was a millionaire. You could not tell me any different. I told myself I was a millionaire every day until it happened. I wrote that I was a millionaire and I stuck it on my wall until it happened because I changed my mindset. I changed my mindset. That cord that was tied around my neck by society, that cord that led me to law, because that same thing that Sachel talked about, that's what the cord that society ties around your neck is that this is what you're supposed to do. Pick one out of the tree and move on from there. That is how you make money. That's how you become free. Nonsense. That's not how you become free. You become free by establishing the gifts and talents that you have and working on them. That's how you become free. But it all starts with your mindset. If you don't accept the gift that was instilled in you, if you don't accept the gift that God himself put inside of you, listen. You are a waste of the dirt that God used to create you if you don't accept the talents and gifts that he put inside of you. I have so many clients sit in front of me on a daily basis and they ask me, Anna, I booked this session because I want to learn how to become rich. I booked this session because I want to take my finances to a whole other level. I always start the meeting with, what is your gift? What is your talent? Your answer, your response to that question will tell me how the meeting will go. Is either I'm going to tie one thing around the neck and string you up and drape you up for the whole meeting, or we're going to have a regular conversation because you already know where you're supposed to be headed. If you answer, I don't know, but I don't think I don't know when we can make money off of. That's when you're going to get the string around the neck, and that's when you're going to drape you. Go, drape you, come. Because you have to wake up and realize what you have inside of you. Financial freedom is so much more than the money in your bank account. As a matter of fact, I will share something with you. I don't keep my money in bank account. I don't do that because that's a whole other topic. Probably if you change if you have another symposium on, you know, I can get deeper into, you know, the tricks and things that you need to do. But financial freedom is so much more than the money that you have in your account. Financial freedom is what you want it to be. It's what makes you comfortable. Mentally, it's what makes you comfortable financially. It's what makes you comfortable in terms of a family situation. Financial freedom to me is not financial freedom to you. And I say that unequivocally. It is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. You have to figure out what financial freedom means to you. And in order for you to do that, you have to open up your mindset to the possibilities. You have to change. You have to change how you think. You have to change how you think. I'm so glad Sachel is here because Sachel and I used to work in the same law firm. And Sachel know that, Sachel know, see and know the work I used to put down. We know, Sachel, the work we put down for the salary that we put down. And, you know, in that time, we were fine. Like, I mean, we're okay because that's what we're used to. That's what we used to. That's what we're used to. This is what society tells you. Go through law school, graduate, finish, come sit down in an office, do the files, repeat. That's what you're supposed to do. And I was quite happy for a couple of years until my mindset changed. I watched one movie, read one book, The Secret. And then I realized that, wow, there's more out there. There's more out there than this. I can never forget the Saturday I went into the firm to work. I went in on a Saturday, I was there by myself. And I had The Secret playing in the background. It was playing for maybe 20 minutes, and probably in the 21st minute, it got my attention. I dropped all the files and I gave The Secret my full attention. When I did that, I went straight home and I created a vision board. My first vision board, I save that vision board up to this day because let me tell you, every single thing I put on that vision board from the moment I changed my mindset, every striking thing on the vision board I achieved, everything. Down to the iPhone, because iPhone did offer it on the vision board. Everything. I saved that vision board to remind me of the power of your mind. The power of your mind. And let me tell you, listen to me very carefully. I feel like I'm the president addressing the nation. This is a pose I usually assume. But let me tell you, listen to me very carefully now. You see, when you open your mind to the possibility, when you open your mind to the possibility of having it all, the possibility of being happy 100%, don't trap yourself in your degree. Don't trap yourself in what society tells you you're supposed to be doing. Your degree is a piece of paper. Your degree is, all it is a piece of paper that represents that you spent 4 years, 5 years in an institution, sitting down in a class that you weren't even paying attention in. You sweat for some exams, pass the exams, come up with a piece of paper. Degree, that's what it is. Don't trap yourself. Don't trap yourself. The only time I will say to somebody, stay in the field in which you're studying is if it is your passion, is if it's your gift, which brings us full circle to the point I mentioned. Is it your gift? Is it your talent? What is your gift? What is your talent? I'm dead serious. If you look at me, I'd have never thought in a million years I would end up as a personal finance coach. I'd have never thought in a million years I'd end up in this situation any at all. But from me, look at me, know myself, me love money. Me love money, gone to bed. Me love money. To the point where me I debate to the Bible whether my love for money wrong or right. Me I debate. So me, there must end up, so me end up to teach people how to manipulate money and grow money, grow their wealth and all of that. And it's because it's my talent, it's my gift. It's my talent. I can look at your portfolio in 30 seconds, ask my clients. They have the proof. I can look at your portfolio and tell you in 30, 60 seconds what's wrong, what's right, what you need to do. I don't have to spend much time on it. And it's because it's my gift. Suppose me sit down in a law firm and strangle day in, day out with the file. If you address your gift, the whole nature, the whole point of a gift is that you are better at it than most people. And because you're better at it than most people, the money will come. You're going about it all wrong. You're addressing the money. You're looking at the money and trying to figure out how you're going to get this money. You run down the money, it's like you're running down a chicken. The chicken have a run away from you. It's when you stand up still, the chicken will come to you. Find the passion, find your talent, find your gift. Address that first. The money will come, I'm telling you. change your mindset, address your mindset, find the talent, find the gift, find the passion, nurture your gift, then the money will come. And let me tell you something, I'm going to interject something right there in between the find the gift and the money will come, because I realize that a lot of people have it twisted. A lot of people have it twisted that you find your talent and then it's automatic, the money will come. No, it will not. It not necessarily. It may come. Maybe you're a DJ and you're bad, like yours. You go out there and you drop 2 lyrics one night and then you just bust. Maybe. But if you were to assess the lives of millionaires and billionaires, you would see that most times that's not the case. You only see the end result, which is the overnight success, but you don't see the work. You don't see the work. Steve Harvey was doing his joke thing how much years before him bust. Tyler Perry, who just became a billionaire in the States, do you know how many shows he did for free? Do you know how many shows he did for the audience was so small that he almost just came off the stage? Do you know how many years he did that before he established himself? If you want something more local, do you know how many years I gave financial advice for free? I did it for free for 3 years. I was employed to Sagicor to sell life insurance, but I found myself developing entire portfolios for clients. I was not employed to do that. My job was done at the moment you sent application for my job done. But I went as far as to develop your entire portfolio for free. Clients always ask me, how much is it for you? Or how much do I have to pay you? Nothing. I did it for free. But what you're seeing now is that I'm a personal finance coach and I have how many clients and blah, blah, blah. What you see is just in your mind, it's overnight, but it is not. You have to put in the work. Finding your passion, finding your talent and your gift does not mean you get to override the work. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Not very many people like to hear that, but let me tell you, honey, I'm known for, I'm very blunt. I speak it as it is. You have to put in the work, and if you're lazy, it's not gonna work either. I think I may have gone over time, but I'm very passionate about financial literacy. And the thing about, let me just say one more point. If you've noticed, I barely mention like tricks and tips or whatever you need to do in terms of financial literacy. It's because it's simple. First of all, get this book. It's all in here. It's very simple. Read the book and you'll see all the tricks and tips and things you need to be doing. But I can take your portfolio and I can do all the things to it that the book tells you to do. But if you don't change your mindset, that $100,000 income will always be $100,000. That there's so much and no more you can do with $100,000. You can manipulate it go. You can manipulate it come. It's just $100,000. You can do everything you do, everything I say in the book, you can do it. But if you don't change your mindset, the result that you were looking for when you purchased the book, you will not get it. The result of financial freedom, you will not get it if you don't change your mindset. The tips and tricks, that's easy. I can tell you where you're supposed to do. I can tell you where you're not to do. I can tell you where to move that, where to put that. But it's up to you to maximize your potential.
Yeah.
So focus on the gift and the talents, focus on your mindset, and you'll have it down pat. I promise you. I think my time is up.
Yes, the time, you're right on time there. Anna, listen, I listen to Sasha, I know listen to Anna, and I don't, by the time we'll finish the symposium tonight, nobody gonna have no shirt left forever. And I understand? Guys, a lot of things are being said right here, and I hope you have listened to what she was saying. Now you have the opportunity of asking a question. We're accepting only 3 questions because of time. So if you have a question, unmute your camera, unmute your mic, ask the question, say a comment quick and fast, or throw it out in the chat box, and I'll have it read for you quickly. If you have no questions, just continue with the more drapings you'll get for the rest of the night, but sit on your chair and just take it. Say, at the end of the day, it's for the better good. I see people saying no jokes, thank you, light up. Listen, the chat is very festive. If you're not in the chat box here on Zoom, you don't not keep here right now. We do have any questions, guys? So do you have any questions? Anna, listen.
I have
thank
a
you.
question,
If a question, go ahead.
Please sit tell us how we can get through to you? Because young people, you need a coach, you need mentors, but you also need coaches. So Anna, tell us how we can get in contact with you and those kind of vibes.
All right, Sasha. So you can go to Instagram. My handle on Instagram is Anna the Money Coach. You can type that in Instagram and you'll find me. You can shoot me a DM if you'd like to ask me a question, or just you want to mention anything. You can also send me an email at the Money Society. My society is special. My society is SOCIETE. It's very fancy. The Money Society at gmail.com. You can send me an email there. But predominantly, or you can go to annapalomino.com if you want to purchase the book, whichever book it is. They're all on the website, annapalomino.com. If you want to get into the Money Society live training program, that is the website, annapalomino.com. Oh yes, and I have a YouTube channel. Thanks, Vanessa. I have a YouTube channel, Anna Novia. That's the name on YouTube. You can find me there.
Yes, yes. And if you are also here and you listen to the question, listen to what she was saying, we have some books to give away. You have to purchase them online or ask her to say, what's the cost? We have some books given away. So ensure at the end when we're asking the questions, you're ready and ready to go to answer the questions. Okay, guys? Thank you very much, Sasha, and thank you very much, Anna. The handles are also shared in the chat. Feel free to jump over, follow, see what's there, reach out and see if you need more advice about things. Anna, I also have a thing. So you mentioned about watching a particular show.
Mm-hmm.
I read a particular book, but I didn't get the name of the book. Could you tell me the name of the book, please?
The Secret. The Secret.
Oh, you watched the book and then you read it?
Yes, I watched the movie. It's on Netflix and it's also a book. So I did both.
Okay, good. So there you have it, peeps. We're ready. So now we're going to move over to a little bit of excitement here in the program. We have our Jane representative will be coming on, Shauna right, Von, with a video presentation. Feel free to go ahead and share the video, Shauna K. While Shauna K is getting ready with the video, feel free to also send the chat that you want to sign up for a Jane account. You may just win a free account, and there are also services that will be noted. So Diamond will be sharing the video. So Diamond, go ahead. She'll be sharing the video presentation on the services that Jane offer. And if you want to become a Jane member, listen, you have a lot of things that you get benefits when you become a Jane member. Discounts and stuff, but Diamond knows it best, so she will tell you more about it. Go ahead, Diamond.
So good evening, everyone. Just a bit of correction. Chris will be the one sharing the video. I'll be doing a presentation. So I'll be having a conversation with you. Good evening again, everyone. My name is Diamond King, and I must say I am just elated to be here. I legit had like a point and I was going to do it all scripted, but after Anna and Sachel, I was like, homegirl, not at all. This is not how we're going to do it. So a little bit of background on myself. So I'm currently the youth banking coordinator here at JN Bank. But before holding this title, I was a JNWay ambassador at the Money College and at the University of the West Indies. And it was Anna, I think, who spoke about your talents and your gifts, right? So when I was at Money and UWI, I was actually doing IT. But being a part of the JNWay program, I fell in love with talking to people, with marketing, and I decided, like, listen, Diamond, IT is nice and all, but marketing is the way to go. So JN, with its Inspiring Youth program, made me feel comfortable, made me feel a part of a family in which it reshaped my life. I legit changed my major, did a year of IT at UWI, had my associate degree in management of information at Modi, and I completely threw that away and decided to listen. I'm going to be a second year as a first year marketing student, but this was where I wanted to go. So the purpose of the WISE Aspiring Youth Program, which is a initiative through the Jane Bank, which empowers young people to be financially literate, right? As I said, it shaped me so much that I changed my major, right? So a part of the program is to get persons aware of the various products and services offered at JN necessarily for youth, right? Youth meaning persons 18 and older, all the way up to 34, right? You had your regular savings account, and we're aware that, listen, young people, we don't have the large sum to open this account, right? So at JN Bank, we have amended the minimum opening balance to $500, right? All you need is a government issued ID, whether it's your passport, national ID, driver's license. Then you need your TRN, you need a proof of address, meaning a bill being paid in your name, or if you don't have a bill being paid in your name, being that you're a student, you might not, then you can have a verification form signed and stamped by a minister of religion, a JP, attorney at law, and the list goes on. And then lastly, you need that $500 to open the account, right? And then a part of also empowering young people to be financially literate. I don't know about you, but until I was a Janeway ambassador, I had all my savings and I was doing my savings and spending out of my savings account. But being a part of the Janeway program, I found out that no, that's not what you're supposed to be doing, Diamond. If you want to develop the habit of saving and to save properly, I see, is it that I'm muffled? Hold on. Are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. I'm hearing you clearly.
Okay.
Yes, sir, hearing you.
Yes,
we're hearing you.
Your video going back and forth. Okay, no problem. Right, as I was saying, it was to be able to differentiate the types of accounts that you use for various purposes. So you have your regular savings account, as I just spoke about. You have your partner plan, right? And as Jamaicans say, a partner. And you can open a partner plan for the minimum of $1,000, the same requirements as we said before. You can have your partner plan for 6 months, 8 months, up to a year. But something to note as it relates to your partner plan, when your partner materialize, right? You have to have a savings account to put it in. So you also have to have a regular savings account in order to open a partner plan, because once your money matures, you need to put that into your savings account, right? And then now we have an account that is called your transactional account or your checking account, and this is used for everyday transactions. As I said, when I used to go to UE, I used to spend all my money from my savings account doing everything that I needed to do, to buy groceries, to buy things for school. But what you should actually be doing is having a particular account, is your transactional account, a form of checking account to actually do your transactions in, right? So you can separate the money that you're saving, you have your partner plan saving towards your goals, and then you have your everyday transactional accounts, right? But as I said before, it is very important for you to join a financial institution that not only, let you know about savings, but actually guides you along the way. So I know that this seminar is actually for persons 18 years and older, but we also have a school savers program, which starts from persons 0 to 17, and then you matriculate into our JNWay program. So as I said, I was an ambassador before, and I felt so compelled to be a part of JN that as soon as I finished my degree, I was like, top, Shana, I need to work here. And lo and behold, I am here. So as I said before, I had a presentation. I was just going to let you know the various products and services, but I feel it wouldn't do you justice not to come and explain how being a part of the JNWay program actually helped me to become the person that I am today, right? I realized my potential and JN helped me to apply it, right? And persons might be asking, I'm not checking the chat, but how do you become a JNWay ambassador? So you have to follow our Instagram page, which is at JNWay on Instagram. Normally in March, thereabout, we have our posts as it relates to recruitment. So last year, what we had the applicants do was to send a 1 to 2 minutes video, basically letting us know why you should rep JN Bank or JN Group on your campus. Then we had them get persons to vote on their videos, then it's shortlisted, and then a very relaxed interview, and then we choose our ambassadors from there. And as you see, Mr. Christopher Gibbon, who is the Students Union president, is doing us much justice on his campus. As you can see, he coined this financial symposium, which I must say is indeed a blessing. And I also have one of my teammates on with me, which is Chriselle Johnson Wilson. She'll basically be speaking more in depth as it relates to the education loan. As the name said, it's a loan geared towards educational purposes. And she'll be speaking to us again about the graduates offer. So the graduates offer basically comprises of various areas that we think that a young adult should be interested in or at least have some information about. So that is basically it for my presentation. I see Mr. McNeish said big up JNWay. That is the mastermind behind the program, the gentleman who recruited me. And look at me now here working for JN, loving JN and what it's all about. And I see some ambassadors here rooting me on, Shana as well. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I am here, and I'll also drop my contact and an email address in there just in case, you know, it's something more personal and you'd like to send it there. I think you're speaking, but you're muted, so I'm not hearing you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Shana K.
Diamond Key.
Oh, sorry. Diamond.
That's fine.
Having the name here on my program. I'm so sorry. But thank you very much for sharing. I hope we're all listening to different avenues where we can use our gifts and talents that we've been talking about from night to get some money. That's where Diamond started, and I'm sure the many other ambassadors who are online with us now have started. So we're going to be moving quite along with the momentum of the different speakers. So if you need to get up and stretch your hands and stretch your legs, do something, revive yourself, let's get going. We are here for Financial Freedom Symposium. I will have the whole night lock off. So we're going to be moving to our next presenter. And boy, may I tell you, the student presenter here, if you start from the done, because we're not gonna have no shirt left, no pants left, no shoes left, no thought of negativity. I'll just pay positivity, financial freedom, go bubble to your mind, JN, money. Everything will be run through your mind by the end of this symposium tonight. So our next presenter will be having Monique McIntosh, and she'll be talking about techpreneurship. So Monique is a digital marketing specialist, an educator, and the co-founder of Digital Disruption Agency. Digital marketing specialist, Monique has worked with local and international brands across multiple industries, leverage the power of digital to achieve their organizational goals and support their communication objectives, including L'Oreal Paris, Lady Shelley, and many more. As an educator, she has spent hundreds of hours training and emerging in digital marketing and different professions. We have a lot of things to say about Monique, especially in 2020, where she decided to co-found a digital disruption agency with a primary goal of empowering Jamaican businesses, including to successfully navigate the digital space through inclusive training, value-added service, information resources. She's passionate about strengthening digital knowledge in Jamaica, which is why she's here as well, and also within the Caribbean. She co-hosts 2 weekly educational features on live radio. So now the little people come on tonight, guys. Also on social media, name it Tech Time Show and on Sun City Radio at 104 FM and Digital Jamaica Live Show on Instagram, which I think happens every, I don't remember, but she was Monique, over to you.
Thank you so much, Ajay. That was a beautiful welcome. And I am so happy to be here today with GC Foster College. Guys, big up on yourself. All right, so today we are talking about technopreneurship. Like that can sound so exciting, so big and so huge, but what does that really mean? I'm going to help break that down for everybody in here. And I'm going to take a little creative license because I want to talk to you guys about something kind of related, right? Now, as Ajay would have told you, my name is Monique McIntosh and I'm the co-founder of the Digital Disruption Agency. And my co-founder should actually be in the chat, Kadia Francis. Now, Digital Disruption Agency is all about digital education. Our entire focus and concentration is about educating Caribbean persons about how they can use a digital space to help to earn money, help to create opportunities for themselves and for their families and others, and how we can use these technologies in our everyday lives. All right. So technopreneurship. Now, a technopreneur is not just an entrepreneur who includes technology into their offer somehow. Now, if you're looking at technopreneurship, we're literally talking about the integration of technology, of innovation, and entrepreneurship. So if we break that down a little bit, each and every one of you guys are students of GC Foster College, right? I'd love for you guys to drop your majors, like what it is that you're doing in the chat, so I have an idea of who it is that I'm talking to, and I can pull on some sort of example, right? No, it's integrating and pulling together the technology, the stuff that we use, new things happening within the world today, innovation. So, out of the box thinking, new paths and ways of doing things, and entrepreneurship, which is the risk taking, the ability to turn something, this resource, information that you have, knowledge, something that's of value, and convert it into whether it's a good, a service, a product, something that persons can actually consume, they can use. Now, when you're looking under the category of technopreneurship, it's literally pulling these three major elements: technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and pulling them all together and creating a business venture that really uses technology to provide a product, good, service, right? Now, if we're gonna look at examples or how this pans out or how this plays out in the real world, a true technopreneur example, it would be Uber, right? Where persons could stay from wherever they are and go on their phone, use technology, to use GPS technology, to contact, to get a cab, and the taxi takes them where they want to go. They can pay electronically, all of that. That would be the perfect model and role of technopreneurship. But guys, most of you in here, that is not your true reality. Your true reality, or where I know most of you would see your opportunities lie, would be in integrating digital with entrepreneurship. So it would be about an integration rather than a total marriage or true technopreneurship. We're talking about how do you leverage and use digital tools, for example, to your advantage. So I'm going to take a look in the chat now because I want to see all the majors. I want to see what you guys are doing. All right. So somebody.
I hope I can't find the majors. The chat is so festive.
I love it. I love it. Yes, become school like GC, technopreneurship, brap, and normal. All right, PR and advertising, Vanessa is saying, literacy, Bachelor of Arts, guidance and counseling, painting, I don't know, say all of them something you're gone, dance education. Ashley's doing CSEC, bachelor's in social work, coaching and teaching, medical technology. Okay, see, many people learning a lot more about what GC Foster does, guidance and counseling. So you guys have a wide variety of expertise. You have a whole heap of backgrounds that you are coming into this chat from. No, you, based on the information and the knowledge that you have right now, can make money in the online space. You can create opportunities for yourselves, real career opportunities for yourselves in the online space. And I'm not talking about doing an online survey or doing an online quiz or something that maybe could earn you some money if you look through your left eye and squint. We're not talking about the thing that had Twitter going festive the whole weekend with that Mercedes Benz and the winnings. If anybody know about that, the brown Benz and the winnings, we're not talking about that. That's not what we're. That's not it, honey. Right? We are literally talking about how do you reimagine these careers, these things that have existed. Guidance counselor is not a new career. Nursing, most of those stuff, the degrees that you guys would have mentioned, is not something new. However, we exist in the digital age from a long time, but we're finally seeing the light now. How can you provide this in a way, especially locally, that has not been done like that here before? Maybe even a year ago, maybe 9 months ago, you would have said that certain things were impossible. We wouldn't have gotten electronic, we wouldn't have gotten e-commerce in Jamaica in a true sense. 9 months ago, somebody could have said that. Look at now, right? So each of you who are students, you guys are faced with a very interesting situation in coming out of school right now, because the job market is right, and a lot of persons' lives have been turned upside down. However, we are digital natives. We are people who either born or really grew up with technology and cell phones, computers, and people having computers at home. We're the first generation to truly grow up with this level of technology as a part of our everyday lives. I remember my grandfather couldn't understand why you needed to walk around with a cell phone, because a phone stayed on the wall. Why you need to walk? And that was in the days of Nokia 3310. If anybody know me I talk about, you know me I talk about, right? And look how far we've come from that, right? Right? So the nature of work right now has totally changed. And COVID has pushed beyond the shadow of a doubt, beyond anything. It's single-handedly changed the way how we live. And because of that, it's transforming how we earn. Now, if you don't leave with anything else today, what Monique is trying to say to you is that if you are innovative, if you are consistent, and if you really believe in this thing and you go after it, then you can use digital to transform what it is that you already know, the knowledge, the experience, the skills, the information that you have, all are on in here, a bright people, all on a big degree, and even the one who doing CSEC. Did you know, as an aside, did you know that the highest paid YouTuber isn't even 10 years old yet? And you know what him do? He unboxes toys. He literally opens toys and is like, okay, I like this, yay, and plays with it. And he's earning millions of dollars online. No, we can't say, okay, those are one-off cases. It's not. Those are foreign people. Okay, fine. I'm gonna show you two very quick examples. We're not gonna take no long time. Of Jamaicans and persons. I used two lifestyle / fitness examples because I figured that most of you in here would be able to relate with that, right? But the key for you is to see how can you do something like this within your major? How can you bring this kind of energy? How can you share information in the online space in a way that's creative, fun, engaging, and that people are actually attracted or interested in learning with? I think a lot of people get stuck at this phase where maybe they don't have an idea and I don't know what I want to do, or I don't really think it's possible. I'm going to show you, say it's possible, right? So I hope I'm going to be able to share my screen. I'm just going to pull up 2 Instagram accounts, nothing major, right? I'm going to, aha, great. So I'm able to pull up my screen. So this girl right here, Chris Corio, is a Jamaican. She is a physiotherapist and she literally just finished her physiotherapy degree. You're going to see her graduation photo as we scroll here, so, right? And Christina has been doing this for a while, right? She has been sharing her exercising her expertise is what we like to call it, right? Now, Christina has taken her area of expertise. This is before she finished the degree. She don't graduate yet. She don't get a piece of paper yet, okay? So for everybody who is saying, I don't have the degree, that's not it. That's not it. For everybody who's saying, I don't want to work into a traditional office and go 9 to 5, you don't just have to relegate yourself to that either. For persons who have the 9 to 5, but either want to transition into something else or you want to build your own brand because you working for Grace today and when they make you redundant, you gone tomorrow, right? So there are opportunities for you regardless of if you did have 1 day of university or you have 10 degree, all right? Now, Christina has built out, you see her following 29,000. She's Jamaican and she Black. So don't tell me that it's white and don't tell me that it is foreign. She's doing it. She's taken her expertise, which she loves dance. This is something her family integrated and showed her how to do, taught her to do from she was a little girl, and she's been doing. And she's literally been able to transform her love into income for herself. And she's supported herself with information. So she went back and she did her physiotherapy degree, but she's sharing this within the digital space. So to give you an example of what I'm talking about, she will share different videos. And if you see the type of views on this, this is 2,600. And so she may host different challenges. This was a soca challenge. And so she's sharing and showing persons how to do different dance moves. And so all of this is within the realm of fitness at the same time, right? So that's her, and that's a whining challenge. And so she'd have had, it's a series or whatever. But here she shares information. She shares what's new. And so persons, this is interesting. People want to see it. People want to learn how to go on them head top toe. People want to be hot and sexy. And with COVID, a lot of people have been at home and they've gained some weight and they want a way to spice things up. They want a way to keep sexy or to keep fit or to get fit. That doesn't include lifting, 100-pound weights, right? Now, if you look here as well, you would realize that these videos were reposted or reshared from St. Mary's banana chips. This is what we're calling, this is a brand alignment. They paid her money. So whereas in many cases, you may not see initial or immediate benefit by being consistent, like the words I used earlier, consistent, determined, persevering, doing this thing over time, you create these opportunities for yourself. So this is her. And as I would have said, all right. So she's used her expertise to provide opportunities for her, corporate alignment, etc. But she's also been able to say to persons, hey, you want to learn how to dance and to move and to do all these things like me? Pay me $25 US a week. Join the Zoom class. If you want to do a drop in, pay $800 a day. Right? So, and then the different dance styles. So, yes, Christina, hot and sexy and do our thing. Okay, fine. There's somebody else who is doing it as well. And that's Shani. Shani, this handle Shani Fitness Lifestyle. And you would have seen Shani as a brand ambassador for Surge. But she's also sharing what it is that she's doing. This is kids. Throw back to when school did a keep, and showing her, exercising her expertise as a fitness instructor, showing the kids how to move, how to do the things. And it's literally showing how you, the person who said that they're in a physical therapy and the different facets that a GC Foster would be a part of, how can you reimagine that degree that would have prepared you to be a PE coach or a teacher or train athletes to go Olympics? Right now Olympics get postponed. So how are you now? You're going to crawl under a rock and go dead and bury? No, you can't do that. Bills still have to pay. You can't do that, right? So just to hear a little from Shani, Sarah here.
So, but today I want to address the fitness. A very easy tip for you to implement is body conditioning or weight training. If you actually strengthen your body using weights, and I don't mean big fancy dumbbells in a gym, anything weighted, you can actually improve your bone density. So you can put books in a bag. You can grab 2 boxes of flour. You can grab some detergent bottles and fill them with water in there. Use them to do your exercises. By strength training, you actually increase the density of your bones. So get moving, get fit, and stay healthy.
Now, the reason why I picked on that video by Shani was the fact that, especially for those of you who are from GC Foster, doing something in physical education, whatever, you know this information. I'm not new, Shani just said to you. You know that you have expertise. You have things that people actually need to learn. Somebody said the potato song make them peckish. No problem, OJ. Right? And it was banana chips, right? But guys, this information is not anything foreign to you who are within the fitness space, who understand anything about physical education. You know tips that you can share in 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes that would actually help people live better lives. You too can share that information. Online, building a community, and be able to literally help change persons' lives. So that is really what I wanted to share with you guys today. I know it was a short time. Hopefully we have a little time for a couple questions. I wanted to drop in as well if you guys are curious about how it is that you can actually do this. So you know your area. You have done your physical education degree, or you're doing it. You're doing your guidance counseling, any one of the areas that you'd have put in the chat earlier, right? But now you want to understand how to transfer this into an online space. we have at DDA, we have the Launch 2021 Digital Workshop Series. I'm going to share the information with you so that you guys can actually check it out. That's literally going to help show you how you, with the information that you have, can create a strategy for 2021 and beyond for how you share this information in the online space and build your own digital brand proper, right? All right. So I'm here for the questions. I'm here for the questions. Oj, are we taking
Questions
from the
must be
chat?
lemon. We're taking at least 2 questions.
Okay. Okay. All right,
Go ahead.
guys. So please, we're limited with time and we're keeping it tight,
Yeah.
right?
Keeping it tight.
But we want to drop the questions that you have. I'm gonna share the link for the Launch 2021 for anybody who wants to check it out. Also, guys, while you're thinking of your questions, because I'm in the chat waiting for your questions, I want to say to you guys, if you need some resources or some help and stuff, we also have another community, Digital Jamaica, where we share information. We share information, we share resources and tools. You'd see our live stream from our radio show, Tech Time. So I'm gonna share the link for our Instagram as well, so you guys can follow, you can keep up with what is happening, and you can learn about how you can do all of these things yourself, because that's the main key for me, being able to learn. So were you able to pick out, or Jay, anything that somebody had said that might have been relevant or a question that others may want to know about?
Not really. No. I'm scrolling as you're talking. I'm scrolling through the chat and I'm seeing
Yes, everybody is on it like white on rice, right? But then want listen, guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the most of value when you have an idea or you have something. All right. So Shanique raised her hand. Since we don't have any other questions, I'm gonna ask permission if we can bring on Shanique. She asked her question, and
Okay.
then we. All
We
right.
can.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shanique.
Shanique.
I'm hoping that wasn't a mistake there.
Hey, Shanique, if it's a mistake, you better find a question,
Tonight,
Oh, yo. Prezi said that she left.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead.
All right, great. So a lot of us young entrepreneurs, right? We have this fear, right? We have fear.
Yeah.
And the fear of wanting to, publicize what we're doing online, right? How
Yeah.
do we overcome that fear and be consistent?
Okay. The fear is real. It's something that everybody feels, and I think it's a part of growing up and just transitioning, because the truth is everybody feels a fear. Some people just do it anyway. Like, and anytime you are planning to level up, this don't just have to be online. If you're vying after a job, you almost feel like you want your pants half of the time. The interview is a fearful experience. Leaving comfort. So even though, say, you might have gotten a job and the job them a pay a little $70,000 a month time, and you know say you worth more, and you know say you can't pay your bills and do your things on that, but it's comfortable, versus something, a risk that you may have to take that can pay you double, right? But the truth is, you're only going to get what you want if you go after it. If you sit in the space of fear, you're going to watch somebody else who had a worse idea than you, but who did it. And then you're going to go and say, oh, but I had that in mind and I wanted to do that long time, and them thief my idea, and no. You're going to just have to move past it. In terms of being consistent and stuff, no, that's why you get help. That's why you get training. That's why you talk to Monique And that's why you follow Digital Jamaica and Digital Disruption Agency and invest in yourself and sometimes get help, because for some of us, you don't get a chance to do everything yourself. Yes, Kadia put in something. People who are less talented than you, them don't have the things where you can do, right? But they actually did it, and and so they are reaping the benefits. A lot of these people who are in foreign, them not better than you. Them not better than you. Them can't do it better than you, but guess what? They're doing it and they're showing up and they're putting their best foot forward. They kind of live in a culture that says, hey, I'm the shit. And so them kind of believe it and so them live it. We learn, say you must humble yourself. Nope, nope, not online. You must talk about yourself. Not being arrogant, but don't hide away in the shadows and don't feel like you have to make yourself small. So Praise Simeon is asking, would I do mentoring? Guys, first of all, there a lot of information is online, and this is why we created Digital Jamaica, guys. May I rinse it, This is why we created Digital Jamaica. It's a whole community of persons who are within tech, who want to understand tech. So maybe that's not your field, but you want to understand more about tech and digital. That is where we foster that family and that community and help other persons. And then we'll have our courses and stuff if you want to learn more. So join the community. Let's start talking, start educating yourself, right? Now, on
Yeah.
Thursdays at 8 o'clock, as Oj would have said, we have our live show, Digital Jamaica Live. So literally, if you want to invest in yourself and maybe you don't have all of those coins, but you want to learn something, hop onto a free 1 hour live with somebody like me. You're going to get gems, and Kadia, who is in the chat, right? Come and join and learn and do something. So I shared the links in the chat for
The
both
chat.
Digital Jamaica and the Digital Disruption Agency, and for our launch 2021. So you can stop having these ideas and stop going around in circles and actually do something about it in 2021 rather than dreaming about it then too. Right? So you have all of the information. Connect with me online, connect with us online, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys create.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Thank you very much, Monique and Kadia from
You're
Digital
welcome.
Disruption. Of course, you can send your blessings in the chat and fire up the chat. I want to also big up the people on YouTube who is in tune to the program here. Welcome and thanks for joining. Also want to take the time out before we have Brother Shane coming on board to do a little item. Big up the sponsors. Without the sponsors, certain things that you're seeing online now would not be possible. I want to thank the Jane Bank, Jane Way. We'd like to also thank Lauriston and Thompson Penn Community Forage Club for coming on board to partner with us to host the symposium. Also want to thank Kai Dub, who is on board. You'll be hearing more about what Kai Dub does in a little while. Also want to thank CAG Multimedia Productions there, Excelsior Jamaica, Excelsior Crackers, right? They are also a sponsor for this event. Also want to thank Knight, who I think is the Optimist Club there at GC, and also Global to Jamaica JA. You'll be hearing much more about these companies as we continue the program. But let's big up our sponsors. Thanks for coming on board, and thanks very much for joining us. YouTube, massive, big up yourself. The Zoom chat right here, son. You need to jump over to Zoom and be a part of all the excitement we are going right now. Brother Shane, over to you with your item, and then we'll continue with some more conversation here. Cameron Cargill. Wait.
Blessings, 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 blessings. It's a blessing to be here tonight. And we're not going to know, like, people, the energy is right. But like all the presenters have been doing a great job. And I'm just going to do a very short set. But no, if we don't have no rag, no, if we don't have nothing, we're not going to kick it out on the scene tonight. I'm going to share this here live in action. Kick it off, Oscar. Ready? Na 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 Tell us if you not see me good enough. Not see me good? Comment in the chat. Them not see me good? Turn up reading.
Man, shit, where I say, let's let go the tune now.
All right, GC, only ready? Meaning of life is to live in your life. Come, just be. Meaning of life is to accept Christ, not to waste your time daily. Meaning of life is to live in your life. Come, just live. Meaning of life is of life. Then what you know? I have to shake me that side when I see something's going on in this world. In this world, it's like a chance around the women and men, boy and girl, and everybody happy just enjoy their life and free will of choice given to us by Christ, not keeping in mind to walk in the will of Christ. Meaning of life is to live in your life. Come, just live. Meaning of life is to accept Christ, not to waste your time daily. Meaning of life is to live in your life. God, just be. Meaning of. What are they again, GC Pastor? You can't do no different song? Let me the Oscar P. Let me. All right. Who give us life? Who give us strength to fight the fight? Provide for our needs, protect us from the enemy. Hey, God, you're the most high. You make the sunshine, make the moonlight. Every Christian look show low, no jump. All right, me say one God, yeah, and him alone, yeah, and him on this earth. Okay, nobody tell me about that. You know, and level it. You see, life. We have one God. We don't know about no Selassie. We don't know about no other God. You understand? So tonight is a night where I want to inspire everybody. You understand? And I'm not going to stay too long. We just come to mash up the place and leave. Okay? So next to them, the producer. Ask up you. Next to them. No joke. Na 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 na. We don't feel like we not feel energy. We not feel energy. Tell us we not feel energy. We not feel it? All right. Ready. No, pretty. Me not hearing him. All right then. Take it on. What a blessed day when you exist. If Mother God, your power is the greatest. No matter when nobody want to tell me, say, questioning, no, you just come about. So, yeah. Oh, God, but we don't care about that. The only thing that matters is that you're the mighty one, the rose of Sharon, the great I am that I am. El Shaddai, the coming one, Lord. God, you so mighty. Always caring for your creation. To do when we go astray and sin our life. Never leaving our side. Was helping us to strive to defeat the enemy purpose over our life. Yeah. Thank you for existing. You are so great. Your grace and your mercy, mighty God, is so overwhelming. Yeah. Thank you for existing. You are so great. Your grace and your mercy, mighty God. Love me again. As we wake up in the morning, Father God, me give you praise. You give me life and food and shelter each and every day. Praises that me I go show to your name. Your faithfulness is so insane. You always are by my side daily, defeating the enemy plans that want to overshadow me. So reaching at the cemetery, depend on you so heavily, bringing up the best in me. One more time, Jesus, right now. Yeah. Thank you for existing. You are so great. Your grace and your mercy, mighty God, is so overwhelming.
Yes, God's grace and mercy.
Stop reading. People want to sing that line with me one more time. You understand? I don't know if I'm going to catch it for us yet. Okay? But I'm going to sing it one time. I want to catch it with me. Okay? All right. Give me a sing. Yeah. Thank you for existing. You are so great. Your grace and your mercy, mighty God, is so overwhelming. Sing it out. Yeah. Thank you for existing. You know, your grace and your
Mercy.
It's so overwhelming.
Well, mean,
So people,
yeah.
it's a blessing here. And we feel like we want to do one next song.
We want to thank Brother Shane for coming on to our symposium at this moment. Thank you very much, Brother Shane. Indeed, you lit up the place. And we're blessed to have you. But we have to continue because we're strapped for time. Thank you very much, Brother Shane. Thank you.
Yes, bless.
I hope the persons right here were staying tuned to the songs that you had there. And of course, you want to follow Shane on Instagram. It's Shane Harris 43. So go ahead and give him some love over on Instagram. Again, I want to big up our sponsors, JN Bank, JN Way, Lawrence Stubborn Community Forage Club, Global to JA, Ignite, Excelsior Jamaica. And I also want to say welcome to the persons here tuning in with the GC, with the Michael, with the UTech here on the Zoom, Scholarships JA, Kai Dub. We all welcome everybody here to our Financial Literacy Symposium. Now at this moment, we're going to be continuing with our little speakers here. Yes, they have it on the screen, Shane Harrison 43. So go over to Instagram and give him some love, guys. So having a little bit of technical difficulties here. So now we're going to our final presenter for the night. Now I hear a lot of stories about this man, Mr. McNeish, about his awesome job he's been doing over there in JN. So he'll be coming to us and talking to us about winning proposals. And I hope you're able to listen to what he's saying and make some notes as he shares his pointers, shares his experiences, and his wealth of knowledge with us about how to write the winning proposal, guys. Having a little tech problem over here, but nonetheless, let me show you some love in the chat and let us know that you're here live and direct and ready to go. I see Brian there saying that you can subscribe to his channel. It's Dan TV. So of course, we have young entrepreneurs also in the house. I think we see as a Guyana here. So if you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business, feel free to comment in the chat, share your business contacts, share some more about your business, network. This is a perfect opportunity to network with people here. And of course, if you still want to sign up for a JN bank account, feel free to drop your information in the chat, and a member of our team will reach out to you and garner some information about signing up to become a JN member. You don't want to miss some opportunity right there again. So Jason McNeish is skilled marketing professional. Jason McNeish is focused on exceeding revenue goals and growing customer-based businesses. His experience in marketing, campaign development, and execution will bring value to his position as a Deputy General Manager for membership, which is marketing, sales, subscription, customer service, staff engagement, and innovation at the Jamaica Automobile Association. As a youth and digital media officer in JNBS, between 2012 to 2015, he created successfully the JN Way initiative, as you're seeing the JN ambassadors in the house, where it is a marketing initiative to promote financial literacy and empowerment of tertiary students. Now, Jason attended UA back then in 2006 to 2010, where he gained his degree in tourism and management and completed principles marketing, international marketing, and destination marketing, along with a host of other things. Words alone can't describe the wealth and things that Jason has been doing in his field. And it's also an expatriate of St. Diego. So if you're from St. Diego or you're from UA, send some lights in the chat and let us know that you're also supporting Mr. McNeish. Guys, Jason has operated the campus spot bars and grill at UWF since 2011 and a lot of other things. So I'm just going to ask Jason, Mr. McNeish, to just come on now and to take control. It's your time. Share with us about how we really write the winning proposals to get some financial aiding and stuff like that with our businesses that we're having in mind. Jason, over to you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for that introduction. Just ensuring that you guys hearing me. Can someone confirm?
Yes, hearing.
All right, cool.
JN Way, yeah.
Big up one time. All right, apologize for the cap, right? My hair having some COVID experiences, right? So forgive me for that. I don't want to share.
We totally understand, Mr. Man.
I don't want to share it. All right. So I've been asked to write on writing a winning proposal. Right, so I'll be going through that today. I did a little presentation, just something to keep the conversation on track and somewhere where you can actually pull information from if you want to take notes. Right, so what I'll be doing is talking to you about what you do before a proposal, actually writing the proposal, and what you do after. So generally, a proposal is pretty much as a plan of suggestions, especially a formal or written one. Sometimes it can be verbal, but it's oftentimes a written proposal, right? And it's a document that you put forward for consideration by different people. So some types of plan or proposal, you have a business plan, everybody knows about that. At some point in time, most people will actually write a resume. You have project plan, which is a totally different type of plan. You have plans for like a program. You have a manifesto, which most politicians use, which is pretty much a mandate that you're going to deliver on if you are elected. You have marriage proposal, that one I'm staying away from, and you have tender, right? You have like a government tender, so you're pretty much bidding for a job. And there are many more types of proposals that exist, right? In terms of my experience, I wrote 5 plans I've written or I've done in my lifetime. So the first one, at a tender age of 11 years old, my first major plan, I think, was moving to live with my aunt. So I was living with my mom in Kingston 11, so it's the inner city. I wanted to get out of that environment. So what I did, I picked for St. Jago High School as my first choice when I was sitting at a pass. So I had to move to live with my aunt in Spanish Town, and that was my escape. And that was carefully planned. It wasn't written, but I actually planned that and executed on it. While at St. Jago, next plan that I did was a Mr. and Miss St. Jago competition. It's usually a day event. I wanted to move it to a night event. So what I did, I changed the location. So instead of doing it in our auditorium, I changed it to outdoors because of the planned size of the persons who were expecting. And then I went back to the principal and said, sir, the event is now outside, so we need to change the time because the sun is hot at 12 o'clock, which is midday. And that's how I got that plan approved, right? Or that proposal approved. Then after university, I did a plan for a restaurant and sports bar and grill. Now, I'm fresh out of university. I was working for like 6 months at Jamaica National, so I pretty much had no savings. I did the business plan, and it was time for me to look funding. So I found creative ways to get it funded. I was able to start the restaurant. I managed to pitch the proposal to friends and family who invested in the business idea based on the document that I prepared. And I also pitched it to corporate entities. So I started that business with Scotiabank. I love Jane, but at the time, Scotia jumped on the idea. So Scotiabank was our main sponsor. What I did, I exchanged cash. So they gave me cash and I gave them branding right within the restaurant. Appleton, Carreras, Red Bull, and a few other companies came on based on the plan that I did. Now, key to note in that plan, what I needed was capital for my business. So I found the opportunity, what would be relevant to these companies, pitched it to them, got the investment, and they got the branding in return. The next plan I did would have been the Jane Way program, what you guys know and love. So I worked at Jamaica National. I was young at the time, and they wanted to target young people. I went off and I wrote a proposal in terms of how Jamaica National Group can engage young people. And I think, to be honest, that is one of my best plans to date. With that one document, I was able to convince Jamaica National Group to spend over $50 million in 1 year in this program. So I think that is one of the bigger plans I've done. The one closest to my heart, the one I'm most passionate about, because I'm actually interested in young people development as well as their financial well-being. The fifth one I have here is Jane Bank plan. So JN would have been a building society for a couple of years, 160 something years before it was converted to a bank, a commercial bank. the group, we had a few persons, executives, senior managers who made an attempt at writing the launch plan for the bank. All went to the board, all denied by the board. And then the CEO, the now CEO, Mr. Jarrett, said that he's going to give the youths a chance. So I got the opportunity to write the bank plan with a few other persons, and it went to the board and it was approved. So I'm quite proud of that plan as well. So based on my experience, I'll be sharing a few tips with you guys, right? So 3 things you want to consider before you actually start writing the plan. You need to start early. So reduce the need to be rushing and not doing it properly. You must start early and explore all possible options. Earlier in the restaurant, I gave it a scenario where what I needed was investment for my company. It had nothing to do with Scotiabank. But because I started early, I was able to look and say, hey, maybe I can give you something else in return for the investment versus profit, right? So it worked for them at the time. You want to define the problem. So what problem are you trying to solve? Now, if you don't know, that is pretty much the why you're doing this document, why are you doing this plan, why are you writing a resume? You must know what it is. You want to get a job. Why are you writing a business plan? You want to make a profit. You must define the problem. It is very, very important. You want to do some research as well, just to find out, before you even start writing, just start asking questions. Just try getting information, doing the relevant research. You're going into your GC Foster, so you might want to start a football camp. Find out who are the other players who are in that industry. What is it like? What are the costs associated with it? Just start asking around, start doing some research to get the relevant information. Now, in writing the plan, there are like 8 things. There's more, but with the interest of time, I'm sticking to 8 points while writing the plan. You must start with a vision. What is that big vision that you want to achieve in the plan? So fine, you want to write to JN, you're writing your resume. The plan in this case, or the proposal in this case, your resume is the proposal, right? What is it that you want to achieve? What is the big vision? So fine, you're applying to be a teller because that's an entry-level job. But what is the big vision? Is it that you want to grow to become the next, the head of the marketing department, or do you want to become the group CEO? What is that big vision? So you must know what that is before you even start writing the document. But you're going to start small. So you're applying for the teller role. So speak to that, but always have the big vision in mind, right? You want to look at your sponsor. So who are you writing to? Sponsor in this case is the person who will be reviewing your plan. In the case of a resume, it's the HR manager. In the case of a business plan, it's a potential business partner, a potential investor, a potential sponsor, as in the case when I did the one to the companies when I was starting my business, right? So you want to look at them, find out what is it that they are most likely to support. So I use Scotia as well, again, when we did the restaurant, we pretty much created an online platform for them in terms of shipping, how students can use that online platform to purchase items, ship to the restaurant, and then they can pick up, and then that product actually tied back to their business credit card or to their general, at the time they were launching their Visa debit card. So we were able to tie it to something that is tangible or something of meaning to those persons, right? So you need to do some research on the person who you're writing to and ensure that the plan suits them. When I was writing the Jane Way proposal to Mr. Jarrett, I learned that he liked football. He's into sports. So what I did, the entire theme of the presentation was around football. So we use the terminologies like the defender, and we define the products with the programs within the defender, the goalkeeper, the forward, and all of that. So the presentation was just me talking about football because I learned that he liked football. And the first question he asked me at the end of the presentation was, how you know I love football? I'm like, you did? I didn't know that, sir. Well, I lied, but yeah, I did that. And then he asked, how did I create the presentation? And then I got a signature, $50 million approved, just because I think that was one of the main reasons why he fell in love. He connected with the presentation, right? With the proposal. The next thing, you want to clearly say what the aim is or the aims are, right? What exactly do you want to achieve? have a duplicate there. Yes, so state exactly what is it that you want to achieve from writing the plan. And of course, if you're going to say what you're going to achieve, you need to say how is it that you're going to get there, because you need to bring your sponsor, the person who's reading the plan along with you. 4 more things. I tend to stick to stuff that I'm passionate about, right? So you're not going to find me writing about animals. I'm not into that. I tend to stick to things that I'm interested in, because once you have passion when writing a plan, you find that you're way more creative, you get more, it's more interesting when you're delivering it, and the passion comes out. The passion actually comes out when you're presenting the plan. So it's good usually to write about things that you're interested in. Mind you, there are times when you're asked to write about something that you're not, but then is when you need to research or find persons who can actually support. You need to be concise. Oftentimes the person who you are writing to doesn't have the time or a lot of time, right? You're writing to a potential investor. These people are being fed many proposals. They don't need a 180-page document as to why they should give you $10,000, right? Likewise, they don't need don't be too short as well, right? So you're not going to write a 3-page document asking for $50 million. So kind of try to align what is it that they're investing in. So the risk, size, or the magnitude of the presentation, right? So the size of the presentation should support what is it that you're asking for. Ensure that someone reviews the presentation. I work in marketing, and I've seen marketing managers turn away good ideas because of just general errors, grammatical errors. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So ask someone to review your proposal before you actually send it. It's very important. You're the one writing it, and you review it yourself 10 times, and the error is there, but you can't see it because you know what your intention was. So you can't realize that you actually made an error. So it's always good to get a fresh pair of eyes to review a proposal before you submit it to the potential sponsor. Sorry, costs. You need to always include the costs. As a marketer, as a marketing manager, I hate reviewing a proposal and I don't know what my investment will be. So you're writing a proposal, please sponsor this event, and then you never ever say how much you're asking me for, what you're asking for. Those proposals I tend to put in file 19. You just file those because I don't know what the investment is. Likewise, you should also put what it is that the company will benefit, or how the company or the person will benefit. So you're writing a business plan, you're seeking investors. It's always good. You must have in it the return on investment. So you're asking me to invest $100,000 in your football club. How is it that I'm going to get back my investment plus profit, right? So you must have the cost benefit analysis, which is pretty much how much it costs for investment and what the returns are. Now, after the proposal, once you've completed it and you've submitted the proposal, you want to ensure that you confirm receipt, because oftentimes it might go into the person's junk email, or it's just an oversight, they don't see it. Genuine oversight at times, so you want to confirm that they've received it. No, you're not going to send it, click send, and then you call the person immediately and say, oh, I sent the proposal, have you received it? No, that's way too soon, right? My rule of thumb, I don't believe that there's a standard, but my personal rule of thumb is 5 days after I've submitted it, I will give a follow-up call. So 5 days after, that's what I do. You don't have to stick to that. You find what works for you. And sometimes it depends on who you're writing to as well. Because if I am sending a proposal, like I did when I was starting my business, I sent it to my high school vice principal, Mr. Easing. So I sent him and I called him immediately after and said, hey, sir, I sent the proposal. Have you seen it? And we were able to have a conversation at the same time. He went to put me on the phone, and then he said, within that conversation, yes, Jason, I will give you $400,000 towards the business, because at the end of the day, you're going to give me back $500,000 after 1 year period. And this is a real case, right? However, when I sent the proposal to Mr. Jarrett, I was new to the company. I wasn't familiar with him any at all. So it took me, I think, maybe 2 weeks before I followed up with him, because guess what? This is now the head of a company. He's very busy. So I am not going to send a proposal, and I think 5 days was too short. But generally, I stick to 5, but depends on the case, right? You want to follow up. Most times, people are busy people. So you need to just check in with them every now and again to find out how is it going? Do you have any feedback for me? And if you realize I have a reasonable, consistent basis, you're not going to call the person every day because they might get annoyed and just say no before they've actually reviewed the proposal. So you need to give some time. So usually when I call, I say, have you received the proposal? Yes. Within what time frame will I get a response? They say 2 weeks. I make note of it, and 2 weeks later I'll call again and say, hey, just giving a follow-up, or right to say I'm giving a follow-up on the proposal. Have you made any headways with it? They say yes or no. If they say yes, then you ask what the response is like, and then if they say no, how much more time do you need to review the proposal? And you keep going at it, right? And of course, once a proposal is accepted, you must implement it. You must execute, deliver on your commitment. That is what will get you your second proposal. That is what will get your second proposal approved, right? So once you get the mandate to do something, you must deliver on it. Now, most people will write this proposal. Most people will write a resume. Some will write a business plan. Others will write a resume, right? So just 3 tips in that regard. It's not really what you write about, right? It's really what you do. So when you're writing a resume, don't just think of it as you just need enough content for 2 pages or a 1-page document. You write about what you do. So fine, yes, you were at GC Foster College, but what did you actually do at GC Foster College, right? When you were in high school, you were president. Oh yeah, you were president of Interact Club. Yeah, and so what, right? So a better way to go about this is to say you were president at Interact Club. Within your 1 year, you were able to increase the club's membership from 30 people to 50 people. You also held 5 social events and interclubbing with 5 other schools. Within that year, you managed to raise X amount of funds from whatever sponsorship. Within that tenure as president as well, you negotiated with the administration for better whatever it is for students. You give tangible what you have actually done, right? And not just a position. It's not about the position, it's really what you've done within that position. Cool. You also don't want to overload the interviewer, right? So you don't need to put every single thing that you've done on your resume. I say save some things for the interview because you need to have a conversation as well. So save some things for the interview. And then be creative. I don't believe that there's any real template. There are so many variations of how you should write a resume. There's no standard template. So you go ahead and be creative. One of my first resumes that I did, I applied to Air Jamaica, good old Air Jamaica, for customer service agent. And my resume at the time, it wasn't a typical resume. It had an airplane on it, and it was just different. And that's how I actually got the interview because my resume was different. I got in within the first 20 people, some are employees. And when I was in the training, the other 19 people all had relatives that worked at Air Jamaica. I was pretty much the only outsider there. And I believe it's how my resume was written. Because at the time, I mean, I just finished high school. I'm pretty much a nobody, zero work experience. So I was wondering how I got there. And pretty much it's just because my resume stood out. It was different. So those are the tips I would give in that regard, right? Closing, networking is very important. People tend to think that networking is just going out and trying to find what you can get, but it's a dual process. It's what you can also give, how you can add value. So yeah, a few persons might be watching this and say, all right, after this, I need to know, go out and network with Monique or Diamond or Shanna or Sash or Anna. And because you want something from these people, or myself, right? You want something from us. But it's not just that. What is it that you can actually contribute? So Diamond is at Janeway. She is one of the coordinators for Janeway. You want to be an ambassador next year. What opportunities are at GC Foster College? Know that you can present to Diamond to say, hey, Diamond, consider this. Give some value, and you would be surprised how much more network, how much more you'll get from networking. I mentioned this earlier, do research. It's very important to do the research, get the information that you need. Be solution oriented. So I started off by saying you must define what the problem is, what is it that you want to do, come up with the solutions and be creative, of course. Don't just stick to the usual. Okay, so Jane at the time wanted a youth program. They want to target young people. For me, the program wasn't Jamaica National Building Society. We just come up with something totally different, new name, Janeway. And then we had few events and so on and so forth. Just be different, be creative. And that's pretty much it from me. For persons who want to submit their first proposal to Jane for consideration, or HR department is hr@jnbank.com. And my email is jmcnish@jngroup.com. Thank you very much. I'll now take questions. Jay?
All right. Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for that phenomenal presentation right there. I think we lost our host for a second because the current went. We're having a lot of current issues.
Oh.
Throughout the night. All right, guys. So you can actually drop your questions. Anybody have any questions? As Vanessa said in the chat here, that think of your resume as a teaser, a trailer of a movie. It gets you more interested in what is to come. I believe that's an excellent point right there.
Yeah.
I see we have our host. Our host is back.
Testing, microphone testing, 1, 2. You know, after Shane came and blessed up the place, we had some events here, the light went, but I'm back. So I understand that Jason has just finished his presentation and we are now to questions and answers. So if a question or comment you want to shoot something to Jason, feel free, go ahead right now. The chat box is here. I'll read the questions for you. And of course, raise hand feature, unmute your mic and say a question. All right, I'm seeing some things happening in the chat here. I still not seeing any questions, no. But thank you very much,
There's a raise
I hope
there's a raise
there's a raised hand there.
Yes, Tafari.
So sorry. Having some Tafari Vasa, go ahead. Tafari, we're not hearing you. If you could increase the decibels a little, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Russell from the Micah University student. I'm a second year physical education student. Mr. McNeil, the question I want to throw at you is, for a noob like me that doesn't have any experience in marketing and any insight to get my idea to a bank then, or not even say a bank, but any financial institution, where can I go to get the information to get in contact with them? Like for instance, I want to go to, let's say, social, JN, which are the financial institution? Yeah, how do I get in contact with them?
It starts with the directory. Yellow Pages online. It really starts there. We tend to think that we need to have a link to get in. Most times we tend to think that we must have a link. It's not always a link. That has its value or its place. But sometimes just starting with the Yellow Pages, you call, you find the right department, you ask the questions, and then you make your pitch. It really starts there. It's also good to consult with others. I mentioned earlier, do the research, find persons who have done it before, who can guide you along the process. So I would say those are my two recommendations. One, just go at it, make your contact, make your first mark. And of course, you can always find people who would have done it before you and get some coaching. It's always good to have a mentor.
All right, thank you. Our next question. With pitching a proposal to a financial institution, would you say it's better to have a team or approach it by myself?
It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The idea is what they'll evaluate. It's good to have different. It's good to have a team, especially with different expertise, right? Because that adds value to the idea. But it really doesn't matter when considering a proposal. I don't look at it if is it one person or a team. It really depends on if the person or people pitching the idea can actually deliver on what it is that they're proposing. And if it is that you don't have, let's say, the critical support that you need as on your core team, how are you going to get it? That should be demonstrated in the proposal. So you're going to do an IT business, but you're doing a sports major. That doesn't add up, right? But so you need to communicate to me. How is it that you're going to actually deliver an IT solution, though you're only, not only, but though you are a sports major?
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, Tafari, you have just won yourself $500 called credit. Please send us your information. You will see persons in the chat here with GC at the end of the name. For example, you may say Dacia Excellence GC team. Reach out to them, give them your contact details to receive your credit. And we are, actively participate, and you will, of course, receive some stuff here that we have in line for you. I think I saw another question in the chat, and the question was, what is it? What is the latest format of resume now? Can you answer that question, Mr. McNeish?
The most popular one I've seen in recent times is where the right, of course you have the name and the header, but then after that they write about your experience before actual education. So it's experience, education, and then interest. So that's the new format that I've seen. And of course, as I mentioned before, when you're writing a resume, ensure that you spell out what you've achieved within the roles, and not necessarily just you're writing a resume and you're writing that, oh, I was president of this club, I was vice president of that club, and you write down 50 clubs and just positions that you've held. That all of that shows that you've held leadership positions. That's it. But what have you actually achieved within those roles? You're writing to Jane to be a marketing officer. You don't need to tell us about you being the outreach person. Well, maybe outreach might be relevant to marketing, but there are some things that might not be relevant. So stick to what is relevant to that actual role and flesh that out a little bit more in terms of what you've achieved in that role.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir McNeish, for doing that awesome presentation. So I'm going to give someone or some other persons another opportunity of getting some more prizes. So I have a question for you, and the first person to give me the correct answer, either via unmuting the mic or in the chat, you'll win yourself some credit. So the first question is, what are some of the tips Jason has given to increase your proposal? What are some of the tips Jason has just given to increase your proposal or your proposal writing? No, wait, nobody never taking a little notes. Okay, so I'm seeing Deandra saying vision, sponsor, sim and what? Aim, okay. So Deandra is on our way, they are going. The team is checking the answers there if it really matches what Mr. McIntosh just presented on. Renee, I could go. Okay, go Renee, go ahead, unmute your mic. You want to win something, is a first come, first serve right now.
Okay, so good night, everyone. I will do a quick summary, right? So first, he said that we should start with a vision. Clearly know our vision. We could seek sponsorship and know exactly what is our aim. Then we should try to achieve our target. So know our passion is one. Keep it concise. Ensure that we have persons to review after we write everything. Know our cost, like to write to our cost benefits, confirm our receipts. So we should not just send out our proposal, we should actually check and do follow up, so we can call the person sometime or send a message and email, but don't do it so often so the person can get tired of you. Stuff like that.
All right. So basically, Renee just give away Mr. McIntosh's presentation. So Renee so I know Renee and Deandra would have just been sharing what Mr. McIntosh shared in his presentation. Please direct message this Excellence GC team for your chance of getting some credit. So Tafari, Deandra, and Renee, please direct your contact information to this. Yeah. Thank you very much for participating. We have a lot more things to give away. We have let me see the listing here. I think I wrote it down. So we have credit as you're seeing going away. We have someone global to JA giving away free registration for businesses. So if you have a business and you want to get it registered, you don't have to pay no money, just participate, answer 2 questions and win it. If you also want to get some Jane account, if you want to get a Jane account open, you can just answer some questions and get a Jane account open. Simple 1, 2, 3, Jane way. And we also have business website. We have Karian coming up to talk about how they get a business website for free, of course. And then, of course, you can get a business logo. So we have a lot of things in store for you. But just before we get to more excitement, I'm going to invite a representative from the sales team from Jane. I think we have Chriselle Johnson to do a presentation for us. A little bit more about Jane and what they're offering. Ms. Johnson, over to you.
Hi, thank you, Ajay. Good night, everybody. My name is Chriselle. As you said before, I'm a retail sales officer with Jane Bank. I'd like to introduce 3 products to you tonight. Partner plan, education plan, and of course, the best credit card in Jamaica, which is Jane Visa Credit. I know for persons, most of you are in school now, I believe, enrolled in school. So I'm going to kind of limit the offerings that probably would be applicable to you. So the partner plan would be quite an affordable product. The partner plan, you have your, there are set periods for the plan. It's 12 weeks, 13 weeks, 12 weeks, 36 weeks, and 48 weeks. So you decide how much you want to save and the tenor that you want to save it at. And you make consistent payments, and at the end of the tenor, then you get your interest is paid at that point, or you can let it roll over to another period. We also have the education loan. Now the education loan, it's applicable to persons who you want a loan to pay your tuition. It's payable over a period of time. So you don't get one lump sum payment. While the payment is going to be applicable on the full amount, it's paid over a period of time. Say maybe pay 300,000 this year, next year pay another 300,000, so on until the end of the tenure of the loan. To apply for that loan, you have to be employed, of course, or your parent can take the loan for you. Of course, they can. It's at the interest rate is quite minimal. It's based on your risk rating. So depending, after we pull your credit report, depending on what your risk rating is, that's how the interest rate will be applied. I think I probably should pause right here. Maybe a lot of persons would know what risk rating and credit scoring and so on, because of course, I'm assuming that a lot of you aren't employed as yet. So I know credit scores and credit reports were most times things of maybe foreign to a lot of persons. Persons are of the assumption that we don't pull credit reports in Jamaica. That is not so. For persons, if you want a facility with Jane Bank, the most critical piece of document that you'll need, it would be a credit report. The credit report kind of gives a background information on how you maintain your previous facilities, how well you pay, if you had any facilities before, and so on. So that kind of gives us a kind of an idea of who the person is that we're doing business with, of course. A lot of persons take it for granted. They take loans and they probably, I'm not sure probably what they're thinking, because the loan must be repaid. So they pay late, or they think that already due date is the 20th. If we pay the 25, it's no big deal because it's still being paid. It is a big deal because that's 5 days delinquency that is going to show on your credit report, and that can affect your score. As I'd mentioned, the credit card is the lowest, offers the lowest interest rate in Jamaica. That is not up for debate. You can do research. Lowest interest rate at 34%. And of course, it's on a reducing balance. Most facilities that offer credit cards, what they offer the interest on is on the balance that you have. Jane Bank offers not on the balance that you have, on whatever you have used on the credit card. So So the limit is $100,000. You use $50,000 on the card, but you paid 40,000, so you really owe 10,000, right? Most banks they charge the credit, the interest on the 50,000 that you paid that you would have used. At JN Bank, you have $100,000 card. You use 50,000 of that limit. You pay 40,000. We charge interest on the 10,000, so you pay less interest. For a lot of persons, when they leave university, persons tend to wait until you want the house, you want the car, then you start scratching your head to think, how am I going to get this money? My encouragement would be for you to kind of set a plan, as I mentioned, the partner plan. It's good to save. It doesn't, you don't have to save 5,000, 10,000 per month. You can save $500. You can take $100 out of your phone card money, put it aside, and then you have that money to pay at the end of the week for your partner. Save towards what you want. Yes, as Mr. McNish had mentioned before about having a vision and having something to set in whatever you want in cement, right? You have a plan for the future, not thinking about just now. So everybody wants to own a car, everybody wants to own a house, right? So we need to start planning from now. You're in college, you start planning from now. What type of car do you want? Say probably in a year after college, what type of house would you want? Probably 5 years after college, maybe it could be 2-3 years. Start from now, you set aside some money towards that dream. You have, at least when you're ready to pay to buy a car, you have a deposit up front, you have your processing fees. When you're ready to buy a house, you have your processing fees up front and you have a deposit. We have a qualified savers program for mortgages. If you're a qualified saver, then JN Bank will waive the processing fees. For a lot of persons who have done mortgages, you know this is a big deal because processing fees, the interest rate, it can range between 100 to 500,000-600,000, depending on the cost of the property that you're purchasing. So you're buying a property because just because you're saving with JN Bank, you have a period of savings. The qualified savers have to be saving for at least 1 year consistently. A set amount, the partner plan would be great. Or you can have the high yield account. That is one of our more popular accounts that we have for persons who want to have fixed deposit accounts. So you have a high yield account, you save for a year consistently, and then when you're ready to pay your mortgage down, then the processing fees are waived. That processing fee probably can use it to buy a bed, you can use it to buy a stove, buy a nice fridge, probably you want to paint over the property, anything you want that money to do. That's money in your pocket. So I'd encourage, if you're not able to access some of the facilities now, if you're employed, that's good. If you're self-employed, we offer facilities for self-employed persons as well. What we ask for is a random regular KYC documents, ID, TRM, proof of address, file tax returns, of course, or financial statements if you have those. For persons who are employed, job letter and pay slips, those suffice for income verification. You can access our facilities. If you're unable to access our facilities, though, I encourage, as I said before, to save, put apart some money that you have. A lot of you work in the summer. You have some funds. Don't spend off everything. Save something, and you make a vision and you plan towards your goal, and you put the money in a fixed deposit, and you save towards your house, you save towards your car. Of course, what I'd encourage the persons to do, though, is take access of our credit cards. As I said, it has the interest rate is the lowest in Jamaica, 34%, and we charge on the reducing balance. If you're unable to access the credit cards, of course, you have mothers, fathers, cousins, friends. I'm sure probably a lot of your parents who don't know the facilities that we have. We can introduce it to them. Open a Jane savings account. Jane is a family, and as I said, the logo will help you find a way. Even though we have requirements, of course, for every facility that we have, but we're not here only to provide a product to you. We're here to offer a service. So say you come and you want an auto loan, you may not be able to qualify now for the auto loan, but we'll offer you guidance, what you need to do, things you need to put in place, and so on. So when you're ready and come back, you're qualified for the loan. I think I've basically kind of covered practically everything, I think. Oh, I didn't mention our unsecured facility. Our unsecured loan is a personal loan. You can take that for whatever, anything you personally you wanted to do, probably want to fix up your house or a party, I hope not, but what the hell. But that unsecured facility is the same documents, of course, income verification, which is job letter, pay slips, or if you're self-employed, file tax returns or your financial statements. and you take proof of whatever you want the funds for. So whatever you want the funds for, we need a quotation, an invoice, or whatever it is to substantiate what you want the funds for. Go to a nearest Jane Bank office, or you can log on the Jane website, of course, request for somebody to contact you, and then the information will be passed on to a sales officer. Thank you for having me. Back to the moderator. Don't know if there are any questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Johnson. The JNWay is the?
Best way.
The JNWay is the what? I'm not hearing
the best way, of course. It's the best way.
JNWay is the best way.
Okay,
yes,
there we have it. The JNWay is the best way, and I'm seeing the ambassadors out in the numbers.
And the only way.
The only
best
way, of
way
course.
and the only way.
All right. So there you have it. Thank you very much, Vanessa. She's a Jane ambassador as well. JNWay is the best way. Better yet, let's say Jane is the only way to go, right? So thank you very much, Ms. Johnson, for sharing with us on the services. And just before I get into more excitement, I want to give away some more things. So if you can tell me what is the interest rate, I hear she mentioned interest rate. I'm not sure on which one of the services, but I'm sure it's on a reducing balance. So if you can tell me tell me one of the services and the interest rate, then I can give you a free Jane account. To open a free Jane account, the chance of opening your own Jane account with, of course, the only way, Jane Bank. Nobody not answer the question? Somewhere in my chat.
Good night.
Go ahead, Davian.
All right, so I have a question also, but I'm just going to answer the question to what I remember. I think with the interest rate, it goes up to the limit of the card, right? So the one that's on the credit card, if your limit is $100,000, if you go up to 50 and you pay off 40,000 of that 50, they will just charge the interest towards that 10. Is it like that? I think, yeah.
I think we just lost Miss Johnson. Nonetheless, Davian, feel free to shoot a message to one of our ambassadors in the chat. And of course, you will get a response to that ASAP. I'm not sure if Mr. McIntosh could also answer the question, but I doubt that. Yes, so Davian, to shoot a message to one of the Jane ambassadors, of course, with the GC team at the end of the name, and of course, we get an answer to you as soon as possible. So I'm seeing Sean D, it says Shandy having her hands up. Go ahead with the answer question you have there before we continue. Okay, I think that was a mistake then. So I see in the chat here, 34% on the reducing balance. Tajim, of course, you got that correct. Kemar answered first. Kemar and Kajim. Kemar, Kajim, and who else? So, okay, so Kemar answered first. So Kemar, of course, Kemar won himself the opportunity of opening a free, of not paying for a Jane account. And of course, we can give, what's the next person here? Tajim, of course, a chance. So Tajim and Kemar, of course, direct your information to another person from the JN team, and they will get back to you as soon as possible. So at this time, we're going into a little point of view. So one of our sponsors, Global to JA, want to share with us what really does Global to JA does. And so I'm going to ask Danica Borg to come and share with us a little more about Global to JA.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are.
All right, awesome.
I see you clearly, though.
I'm sorry about that. It seems as if the Wi-Fi is giving a little issue. All right, so let me get started. So Global to Jamaica, we're really just a consulting firm that we consult with new businesses and help them to register their businesses, get their business off the ground, and, you know, tell them a little bit or tell them about the benefits of doing that, because there are a lot of benefits of doing that. So I just want to show you this. I'm not sure if you're seeing it clearly, but it is a business registration certificate. So it's my own, and you can see the title name, you can see my name, the nature of the business, as well as the address of the business. So this might seem like just a little flimsy piece of paper, but it holds a lot of power, right? So what it really is, it's a paper that shows that you are the legal owner of this business. And there are benefits of registering your business. So you'll be able to access grants and loans as an entrepreneur, right? You'll be able to open a business bank account in your business name. That's very important, as well as it establishes ownership of the business. Now, a lot of my previous clients, they would have their business names on Instagram and using their business name and thinking that everything would be okay. But really and truly, it's not, because if you have a business name on Instagram, you're using it, you haven't registered it as yet, I can see the name, or anybody can see the name, take the name, go to company's office, register that business name in their own name, and they're now the legal owner of that. And then you would be forced to change your business name. So that's a benefit of doing that. It ensures that it shows ownership, that you are the person who owns this business. Now, there's really 3 different types of business. You have a sole trader, and that means that one person owns this business. You have partnership, that means 2 or more, and you have LLC. I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of the difference between a sole trader and an LLC, or the difference between partnership and sole trader and LLC. No, sole trader and partnership, this really means that one person owns the business for sole trader, and partnership 2 or more, right? But as it pertains to the business, you and the business are one. And that means that if anything is supposed to happen and you are sued, right, for any particular reason, then the person can sue for your personal assets. But if you are an LLC, then they can only sue for the business's assets and not your own assets. So that's very, very important. And I tell all my clients to register as an LLC. But if you can't, then you can register as a sole trader. The main difference is just that if you were supposed to be sued for any particular reason, they can sue you for your personal assets, your house, your car, everything. But if you're an LLC, they can only sue for the business's assets. Now, I just want to tell you, brief rundown again, about all you need to register with us. So all you need is a national ID, your TRN, and your proof of address. And I mean, it's really that simple to get registered, to protect your business name, to be able to open a bank account, as well as to get grants and loans. So that's just my 2 take on registering your businesses. And you can always check us out on Instagram at Global to Jamaica. And you can always send us a DM. We'll always be able to answer you no matter the time. And that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Danica. Thank you very much. Danica, if you can, give the person the chance of getting themselves registering their business free of cost through your company.
Pardon?
So if you have a question, go ahead and ask a question that would allow someone to win the free business registration through your company.
Well, I didn't really come prepared to ask a question that was really on your part. But can somebody tell me one main benefit of registering a business?
Well, it would allow you to get loans, and it would also allow you to get recognition by other persons, you know.
Right. Okay.
Do you need more information?
You've answered quite clearly. So you can go ahead and send me a private message. With
Definitely. This is like a dream come true, man.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm happy to help you.
So thank you very much, Danica. We do have also discounted registrations. So we'll be having more questions coming your way to ask. And of course, if you answer the questions, you can gain discounts where I'm registered through Global to JA. Thank you very much, Global to JA, for coming on board as well as a sponsor. I'm now going to invite Carrie Ann Walker, who is also a sponsor through her company, Kai Dub, to share with us a little bit more about what her company does and also about what she's sponsoring to the event and to persons who are also a part of the event.
Hi. Can you guys see me and hear me?
Yes, I'm seeing you, Carrie. I'm hearing you also.
Okay, good. Hi, everyone. As OJ said, I am Carrie Ann and I am the founder of K-Dub. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about K-Dub and why I'm here today as a sponsor. So K-Dub really started as I was an entertainer, still am actually, But I was living in France at the time, and I was teaching English. And I was asked, by my class, what else do you do outside of teaching English? And I was like, on a good day, I sing, on a bad day, I'm a writer. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. And they're like, oh, well, sing something for me, and I sang typical Bob Marley, redemption song. So I sang, and then my students actually went around the city booking shows for me. And I remember at the first show, they were like, what we should call you? And I was just like, KW, like K from Kerry and W from Walker. I'm gonna really have no name kind of thing. And W in French is W. And so that became K-Dub. And I kind of stole the first part of the Japanese name Keiko and just drop off the KO, obviously, and just kind of spell it like that. So it kind of unique when it come up in Google and things like that. And that was many moons ago. not giving away too much with my age, but that was a while ago. And so that's kind of how the name came about. And then from there, I had other talents. I was never one to put all my eggs in one basket. So as a writer, blogger, a techpreneur, I was always in technology. I was one of the millennials. I'm not a Gen Z. My little toops older than that. Those are toops. But I was always surrounded by technology because of the work that my mom did in the field. She was an IT lecturer and teacher, and I grew up around it essentially. She helped build a lot of the labs, Woolman's Boys, Campion. So I was always around computer and teaching computer at a young age, believe it or not. But yeah, and so I decided to amalgamate and put everything under the KW brand. So you have KW Entertainment, KW Business, KW Lifestyle, and KW Tech. And today I'm here under the KW Business department of what we do to really offer free businesses in the digital space, to really offer you a website and a branding package or the opportunity to win one. We have 7 of them, I believe, on offer. And if you were on the Jamaica Union Tertiary Students Ting Jutes, yeah, if you're on their live last week, you would have heard about this already, but we're officially starting tomorrow, seeing that we came here and we wanted to offer the opportunity here. So that initiative is called Art is Risky Business. And really what it does is it takes you through a lot of what like Mr. McNeish was talking about, like streamlining your business, getting clear on what it is that you want, zoning in on your target audience, what the benefit is to those people, things like that. And it does it in a simplified way because I know how creatives stay. I know how young people stay. I know we kind of arty-farty and up in the air and we don't like streamline nothing, but it's important. So I really went into the business best practices of other industries and I extracted those and I simplified the processes and make them, beneficial to how we think, essentially, make it conducive to that. And so I created the Art is Risky Business program. Gosh, this is a mouthful, good God. The Art is Risky Business program, and it is digital and self-paced. So it is actually in my own, I guess you could call it a virtual academy. I call it the Digital Learning Center. And so if you head to KW, who said what's a song, please? What Jesus? Sorry, reading the chat. I will if you just let me get through this, I promise. So, somebody echoing? Are you, don't it? OJ. All right, so yeah, I was saying, and so it is sponsored, by the way, I must say, I have to big up the U.S. Embassy Kingston, the U.S. Department of State, Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative, and 3-Day Startup. They sponsored it, so I'm able to offer it for free. That is why you can get, once you go through the program, it's just 6 modules, very short. Each module is like maybe 10 minutes, and that includes the presentation and the worksheets. And essentially, when you go through the worksheets, that it's whatever you put in, it's populated to your email, and you use that to present your proposal as to why you should get this free digital space branding for the next 3 months. So well it's a year package in terms of what you pay for on the digital thing, but my support is for 3 months. Yeah, so that will be available at kdub.com/gcfoster. So I guess I can type that in the chat. And yeah, that is about it. Someone for the sing now or shut up and ask questions. What if you do? OJ, you're muted. Wait, bust the tune.
Sing,
Sing?
sing, yeah.
Sing one of my songs or just one of my favorite covers?
Yours.
Mine? I have a song named Beautiful. Let me tell you a story about it. I used to have a boyfriend long time, you know, when you're young and kind of, you know, and thing. And he used to say, you're such a beautiful girl. And me did vex. And me think pretty and cute would have better. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, silly rabbit. Beautiful means not just how you look, but who you are and all of that. So I'm going to say, okay, hey. I'm going to say, all right. I'm going to write a song about it. And so I'm going to give you a little bit about it now, okay? So if I know fling a buckle up here, I know. If you don't like it, just smile and nod. Good? Good. Okay, so let's go. I met a man who told me that if I would give him a little time, he would look into my soul, capture my heart, and in time I would have to make him mine. Hey, I tell my own full of lyrics, oh, yes. A little things he does, keep me loving him so much. When he calls me beautiful, love rushes over my soul. He leaves me going, ooh, half the story has never been told. So that's the intro into the chorus, and then it would go into the verse. And let's
Nah,
give that
man,
little
pull up
vibe.
and go again.
Pull up and go. Jane, I am if you come sing. Okay, let me do it. Let me do the first verse.
I want to send a proposal, yeah?
You send her for sure. Yeah, so I can sing one of my favorite covers. It's my mommy's favorite song, and I love it. It's Bob Marley, but I'm singing it a little different. You know, he's not exactly Bob, clearly. It's a little different, but it's my favorite. Rise up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, of melodies pure and true. They were saying, this is my message to you. Sing it, don't worry, no, about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Oh, sing it, don't worry, no, about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning, and it goes again. You know the song. So
No, man, you can't stop there, some man.
look here, showdown. Sing it in French. Actually, I'm a French song, you know. Dis-moi, est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui prendra soin de mon cœur pour me sauver de mes doutes et de toutes mes angoisses? Yeah, it's just a little bit. So yeah. But back to the something, and I need to go to kdub.com /GC Foster. I'm going to type it in the chat. And, you know, and of course you can check out what I do at kdub.com too as well. So, all right. And just send me that information. So OJ, you're muted. Nobody can hear you.
I am so sorry. Yes. You know, this happens sometimes. You want to ensure you're minimizing the traffic on the chaos.
I get it.
But yeah, man, thank you very much, Carrie Ann. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you coming on board as well with other persons, you know, the US Embassy and other persons who are working with you to do this. People, go ahead and check out the website. Of course, as you hear Carrie Ann saying, you're getting some of this thing free of cost, 3 months up to a year. You can't afford to miss it. So at this moment, I'm just going to give thanks to our sponsors once again. I want to thank JN Bank, the JN Way again, Kai Dub, which is Carrie Ann's company. I want to thank the Lauriston and the Thompson Penn Community Forage Club as well, and CAJ Multimedia Productions, Excelsior Jamaica, Ignite, and also Global to JA for coming on board to having this wonderful symposium. We're literally at the end of this. And it's a matter of just asking some questions now to give away the other things that we have in store for you. As you're seeing on your screen, you're seeing the sponsors. Just feel free to jump on their Instagram, show them some love, people. There we have Kai Dub on screen. We also have CAJ Multimedia and Productions, who came on board. JLAM Services, my brainchild. Excelsior Jamaica. Ignite, and I think Ignite is also Optimist Club there at GC. 4-H Club, thanks for coming on board. That's Thompson Penn's 4-H Club. Yes. Oh my God, the internet is not working. Oh, child. All right, there we go, have it. All right, so in our very first presentation, in our first speaker, I'm not sure what's happening here. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Is something wrong with my internet now? God, don't do this. Okay. Are you hearing me, everybody?
Yeah, man.
I see Vanessa still there, bringing up the brand JN. JN, the only way. Yes, there we go. So yes, in our first presentation, we have Anna coming on to talk about financial freedom mindset. What was the sole tenet or the moral of what Anna shared with us about financial freedom mindset? Anybody jump on, unmute your mics, answer the question, type in the chat.
Basically,
we have things to give away.
May I go?
Well, it seems like I'm not speaking to myself. Hello, anybody home?
Hello, yes.
Yeah.
It's my internet.
Hello. Okay, but he's not hearing. Well, she spoke about mindset.
Let me check it.
All right, Alam, you're on now. You're back on.
Happening. Yes. So I'm not sure if I'm connected to this thing same way. If someone could just respond so I can know
okay,
you're
OJ,
here.
you're hearing me.
Okay, great. Technology is a hell of a thing here. Let me just quickly jump back to my regular tab. Yes, so I asked earlier, what was the moral that Anna resonated with us in our minds about the financial freedom mindset. Go ahead, Safari, you were sharing something earlier?
Oh, yes, that's what I was saying. She shared with us our mindset. We must program our minds towards success and we can achieve it. That was the base of what she was talking about. Anything we put our minds to, we can achieve it. Your mic is muted.
Thank you. I don't know what's happening on my side. I'm trying to manipulate this technology. So yes, thank you very much. We also had the very last question now. So Sasha came on and she drew up you up bad about some stuff about Gen Z. From your perspective now, having gone through the different presentations and hearing Sasha's standpoint about Gen Z and what we're doing in this time and era, what now do you think you can do? This is not an open question. You can do now to elevate your financial freedom in the digital space, being a Gen Z person. Anybody can unmute the mics, answer the question.
Re-ask that question properly. Let's see.
All right. I'm not sure what's happening here. Did someone answer the question?
I think they wanted some clarity. They wanted some clarity to asking you to ask again, essentially.
Okay, so Sasha, sorry, guys, my devices are failing me. So Sasha came on and she did a bag of things. She said a lot of things. She talk, what you come on. And she talk about Gen Z. No, we are asking what's now becomes your standpoint after hearing all the presentations and Sasha's standpoint about Gen Z. What you think you can do to raise the bar in entrepreneurship as a person within the Gen Z realm? Or the person can answer.
All right, I'm just going to try something here. All right, so basically, touching on everybody's presentation now, not just hers. So first of all, you cannot really limit yourself to anything. Ensure that you are available and willing to do or sacrifice certain things to, get things done, as well as to keep an open mind about new ideas and creating job opportunities. So not restricting yourself, not sitting down saying that, oh, today is the day that I'm going to send in my resume to this company and I'm going to wait on a response. No, you should actually force yourself to look forward to other opportunities out there. So if there's an opportunity at a supermarket, you can go there and work there while waiting for that resume, not giving up hope, basically. As well as you can, try and market yourself online, by making a YouTube channel and not getting a bit more self-confidence like that. Because when persons see you, they will grow towards you and we're like, oh, this guy's life is interesting, whatever it may be, whether it is running, exercising, some form of unpacking boxes. I'm still upset about that, but anyways. But it can be anything, to develop yourself and to get self-motivation. You can market yourself that way. And touching on like the resumes now, when you're giving a resume and you're stating about the positions, those stuff, you want to highlight what these stuff are. Like you are president, you want to grasp the concept that the things that you did in your presidency, like if you achieved the getting 50 members, and you are down from like 20 members and you achieve getting additional 30, I can go on, but
Yes.
that's
Thank you. Is it Simeon or Simon?
It's Simeon.
Okay. Thank you very much, Simeon. I listened and I can realize that you really paid much attention to the presentations. All right, guys, I want to thank you very much for coming out. I'm going to thank the sponsors. And afterwards, I'm going to ask our president, Mr. Christopher Gibbon, to come on board and, do his official vote of thanks as he leads us out. I want to thank again our sponsors. I can't tell Jane Bank and other sponsors, thank you again anymore. Thank you, Jane Bank, Jane Way, thanks a million, Kai Dub, Lawrence Dunn, and Thompson Penn Community Forage Club. Thank you very much for coming on board. CAJ Multimedia and Productions. Thank you. Excelsior Jamaica, Ignite, and also Global to JA, JLAM Services. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on board. We really appreciate you. Mr. Gibbon, over to you. I'm not okay. So while we
all right, everybody's hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing, not seeing you.
All right, wonderful. All right, so we have made it to the end of our Symposium 2020, and I just want to thank each and every one. Right, firstly, I must thank our sponsors, right, Janeway, for coming on board with us. I want to thank KDOP, right, for being here with us. I want to thank the 4H L&T Club. I want to thank Global to Jamaica. I want to thank Excelsior Services, JLAM Services, CAG Multimedia Productions, right, for all the support that they have provided to us in having this event. I must thank Sachel for that amazing presentation that she gave us earlier. She actually had draped us left, right, and center. You know, Sachel is so beneficial to even my life. Sachel kickstarted my 2020, on high octave, and from just meeting her the first time, it was just an absolute blessing for me. I want to thank Diamond for coming on, filling in, and sharing us with information about Jane services, right? How to be a part of the Janeway program, right? How important it is to save, right? And the products and services that Jane offers. I want to thank Anna, right, for her phenomenal session. Anna spoke on the mindset, right? Financial independence starts here in your head. It's not what anybody, any steps that anyone, says to you. It has to start from here, right? It's all in your mindset. I definitely want to also thank Jason, right? Jason, for such an awesome presentation. I know for sure that a lot of individuals, young entrepreneurs, are definitely going to take the step in start to write those proposals and start to actually go about, initiating all the contacts that they need. And you spoke on something very beneficial, Jason. You spoke on the power of network. And as Shana K would normally say to us, that your network is your net worth, and she also drill, so those values to us. I want to thank Monique, right? Monique, she did a very awesome job. Right, Monique, she spoke about being consistent, right? Being consistent drives opportunities. And I want to just encourage you guys, encourage all young entrepreneurs that be consistent, be resilient. Don't worry about what others want to say about you. People will always have something to say. Perception will always be there. And so I just want to encourage you to definitely keep on pushing forward. I want to thank Brother Shane, man, with his ecstatic performance. Brother Shane with the high energy. You guys, please to ensure that you follow Brother Shane on Instagram at Shane Harrison 43, right? And you also can follow him on YouTube. He just released a new single, right? Called Exciting. And you guys should definitely go and check him out and support him. Right, I want to thank Danica, right, for coming on board with us, all right, teaching us about the importance of actually registering your business, because a lot of young entrepreneurs, each day, all day, every day, you get a new message in your WhatsApp groups, or anywhere saying, hey, like my page, follow my page, and at the same time, you know, they're not registering those businesses. So thank you, Danica, for encouraging us to actually go ahead and registering our business. All right, I want to thank each and everyone. I want to thank you again, K Dub, right, for providing such an opportunity for us. As you know, we need the guidance, right? We need the guidance for our entrepreneurial journey. And for you coming on and giving us, such an opportunity, I am absolutely grateful of it. And I thank you greatly. I want to also thank each and everyone, right, to in being a part of tonight's session. You guys were absolutely amazing. Right, the chat was fired. The chat was, it was just buzzing, right, and the participation was very, very, very welcoming. And as well, I must caps off to the entire team. You guys, I don't know. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for the entire team of persons that I pulled together to actually, make this event a success. We had persons, working on the social media aspect of it to having a lot of young persons being a part of the symposium tonight. And I must say, I am appreciative of my team. Right, you guys did a very well done job, and thank you, thank you, thank you. And I must say, persons who are interested in getting yourself a Jane account, right, you can definitely use the link that is provided in the account. And last but not the least, our host, Mr. Adlam, sir, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for, being here from start to finish. When I had little issues planning the symposium, you were just here, being a guidance all through the entire journey of the symposium. So, guys, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you so much. It's a pleasure. And see you all next year, this time, bigger and better, most definitely. Thank you.
I see someone in the chat who's going to thank Chris, Mr. Gibbon, for the mind behind everything, the man leading the team and ensuring that things get done. We want to thank you very much for this initiative. The presentations were good, well informative, genuine. We're able to connect with the people through the speakers we're able to get to. I want to thank you very much for, planning this thing and getting the thing out. Thank you very much also to the team, Janeway team, on load. Janeway the only way. Thanks everyone for
That's
coming.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out. See you next year. Hopefully, when COVID don't keep, we can really meet in a physical space and have a good time.
Awesome. Wonderful. All right, guys. Until next time, see you again. Thanks for coming.
Appreciated it, man. Appreciated this.
Awesome.